Yes. Le focus, bonjour. Bonjour à tous. Cette musique de God of War là pour se mettre en bouche. Et yo Pizzy. Alors est-ce que mon plugin Spotify fonctionne? Non. Pas du tout. Magnifique. Eh ben on va pouvoir regarder ça. Ce soir c'est le documentaire God of War. Documentaire de 1h54 et 58 secondes sur le making of du jeu God of War. Nous avons fini God of War dimanche. Nous avons fini God of War dimanche dernier. Et les VOD seront disponibles sur YouTube, si je ne dis... Bien sûr, les VOD sont disponibles sur Twitch, hein. Bien évidemment. Mais elles seront sur YouTube également d'ici... Je crois deuxième partie d'octobre. C'est ça, 17 VOD à partir du 15 octobre jusqu'au 31. Une VOD par jour, c'est déjà beaucoup. 3 heures, 6 heures, 3 heures, 7 heures. Ah, c'est une grosse VOD. J'ai même pas regardé si elles avaient une bonne qualité. Je crois que le son est hyper fort en plus. C'est bien, ça met dans le... Ça met dans le... Dans l'ambiance. On va écouter. Titre. On connaît pas le nom du gosse. Ta gueule. J'ai déjà envie de le claquer, le mec qui est là sur la vidéo là. Quel enfer. Oh ça va la qualité, ok. Après c'est... Voilà. Ouais non là, ouais, c'est chaud. C'est... Malheureusement, je n'enregistre pas mes VOD au moment où je les envoie... mes lives au moment où je les envoie vers Twitch. Oh, le son est fort, hein. Bon, c'est ok. C'est très bien. Malheureusement, ouais, je n'enregistre pas ce que j'envoie à Twitch pour le live, en direct. Donc la qualité est dégueulasse. C'est la qualité de ce qui est tiré de Twitch. Voilà. Je download de ce que j'envoie à Twitch, donc c'est pas ouf. Pas ouf. Je vous jure, un jour on aura un bon setup et je ferai un record directement en live de ce que j'envoie plutôt que de télécharger que Twitch récupère. Quatrième fois que je vois, je crois, il est trop bien. La qualité directe de Twitch était archi clean pour le coup, je crois. Ouais, en live c'était très bien. Bah, le fait que ce soit une capture de la PS5 directement et pas ma carte graphique qui traite le jeu plus le live, c'est très propre. Et c'est une méthode que je pense que je vais me faire un nouveau PC dans l'année courant 2023. Et je garderai l'ancien PC que je mettrai dans un casing un peu plus petit. Je garderai l'ancien PC pour faire une petite config double PC, capture et ce sera beaucoup mieux. Ce sera beaucoup plus joli. Que dire? Bah écoutez, oui, on va regarder ce documentaire. Documentaire qui retrace un peu la création du nouveau Kratos. Raizing Kratos. L'éducation de Kratos. Ça documente les 5 ans, les efforts herculéens pour réinventer l'une des plus grandes histoires du jeu vidéo. J'allais dire World of Warcraft. God of War. Face au futur incertain, Santa Monica Studio a pris un risque énorme pour changer fondamentalement leur franchise et réinstaurer leur place dans l'histoire du jeu vidéo. C'est plus que juste un making-of. Ce voyage cinématographique. Bref, c'est un voyage cinématique des secondes chances données à une famille, des sacrifices, des struggles, des problèmes, des contretemps. Struggle, comment tu traduis struggle? Des problèmes rencontrés? Des luttes, ouais. Lutter. Et les doutes. Suivant le Games Director Cory Barlog. Les galères, ouais. Barlog. Le mec s'appelle Barlog. Inverse 2 lettres, Balrog. Et ceux qui chassent la perfection dans l'art et le storytelling. Soyez témoins des incroyables défaites, des outcomes Oh, la traduction horrible. Outcome. Des débouchés. Des résultats non prédictibles, mais qui ne pouvaient pas être prévus. Et l'attention à un fil, dans ce documentaire de rédemption, dans cette histoire de rédemption. On a la rédemption d'une vie. Je vais rename sur Twitter. Il avait rename sur Twitter parce que tout le monde l'appelait Balrog. Forcément. Mais écoutez, messieurs, allons-y. Mesdames et messieurs, approchez de l'action. Ne soyez pas nerveux. Et venez écouter ma dernière confession. Allons-y.
Peggy 18.
Peggy 18. Salut Balrog.
Yeah? What do you want to say with this story? What do you think? What do you think with this story? I think running away is what I want to say with this. Change is possible.
Allez, je vous mets des sous-titres en français. Vous les pécores là. Un an plus tard.
And then everyone's still treating it like, you know what? We'll just see. And I'm like, no. Like, in my mind, I get it. I see what you guys are telling me. I'm not going to let myself believe we're going to make the date now.
Ils ont du crunch.
The gods of Olympus have abandoned me.
God of War 2, le suicide de Kratos. Une association avec Studio Santa Monica.
God of War revolutionized the gaming industry with its epic storytelling, jaw-dropping action sequences, not to mention a quick and brutal lesson on Greek mythology.
Burn this village! Burn it to the ground!
Ah, on se souvient. La violence de God of War 3.
One of the most iconic characters in the history of video games.
Yeah, it's an ass-kicking game. It is.
So I don't know what the
Christopher
demographic is
Judge!
of women that play these games as opposed to men. I'm guessing that the ratio is probably like 9 to 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, the creative directors of the God of War franchise.
Bravo.
What exactly does a game director do?
Donc c'était la même équipe qui avait fait...
From start to finish. Very early on, he or she has to be able to play the game from beginning to end in their head.
Grabbing people and throwing people around, and like you get that sense of empowerment, you know, like nothing can stop you.
Especially in the first God of War, when nobody, with the exception of a couple of us, had any idea what it was.
So to me, a God of War game is about the action, it's about the rage.
I was a god in the beginning, and then I was put down, and then I came back and destroyed everybody.
On God of War 2, he expanded the story of Kratos, deepening the saga and turning it into a legend. Please welcome Cory Barlog.
A lot of the time, we have no clue what we're talking about. I mean, there are a lot of leaps that you make.
C'est la
in
même
this job
team.
where you're like, all right, look, I kind of know what I want, but sometimes you're discovering.
Ah, c'est le
as
même
you
game
go.
director en tout cas. Tu m'étonnes qu'il avait une pression incroyable sur les épaules après God of War 3.
How did you guys become game directors?
It's
For
just
me, it
sort
was
of a
just that Cory
happenstance
quit.
thing. Yeah, I quit, so he quit, so I got it. So really, all you gotta do is find somebody to quit.
I pledged an oath in blood.
Alors on avait regardé un peu les documentaires des premiers.
About a guy who
On avait vu
puts
cette histoire où ils avaient
everything
démissionné et
aside
du
for
coup l'autre
work,
avait
and
pris
he
le relais.
loses his wife, and he loses his kid.
Pain is all I have left.
Few games embody the definition of epic quite like God of War, so it's disappointing that the release of Ascension brings with it a whiff of a series that's treading water rather than driving forward.
Se battre contre
So
des
I guess
monstres
killing
énormes.
people solves problems is not really gonna go over so well.
Ouais, parce que je fais d'autres trucs en même temps. Voilà, bravo, c'est bon, c'est fini. Non, pas encore, ça. Raizing Kratos. La renaissance de Kratos, on peut le traduire? Raising, c'est l'éducation, mais...
Oh, where am I sitting? No. Cory with an E is sitting here. Cory without an E isn't sitting at this table.
Ah,
Oh, that is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. I am an 80s television star. But that's all right. We'll let this one slide. Maybe.
niveau du son, c'est ok? Bon là, pas beaucoup de son, mais...
For me, this was a very long journey. We were in a tough time within the studio, and there was a lot of emphasis that we as a team were putting on rebooting this franchise and what does that mean. And there's a lot of risk just in that one
Ok,
sort of
magnifique. Merci.
concept. Reboot is, as Cory and you guys know, it's not as easy as it sounds.
Ah, ils ont dû avoir vraiment une pression de... Pression de fou.
Okay. First position, playback, action, and then cut, reset. We will do our thing, and then go back into first position, playback, action. Does anybody want to write that down for me? Because I feel like I'm going to mess it up.
Before he came back to the studio, I could tell he was a completely different person. He had gotten married, was a father.
Ah,
And he
Cory.
was telling a completely different story, just, you know, as Cory Barlog.
Legend or
Je suis désolé, mais il faut qu'il change de nom de famille.
Shannon, where did you get this wonderful lawn turtle?
I don't know.
Did it just appear?
Show up? Yeah.
No, you still haven't cracked the mystery of nobody came out.
No one
Wow.
claimed it. Somebody stuck it in my garden and it's just been there.
Do you know what that means?
I don't.
Appearance
On
of a
doit mettre
turtle in
une
your
tortue
garden.
dans le jeu.
I have no idea. I was trying to stall to come up with something interesting. When I came back to Santa Monica, we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do. I know that what we wanted to do was not going to just be make another God of War game.
Ouais, les gosses, c'était pas la peine par contre.
Same old Kratos, rage-filled, crazy guy, was not going to work. And I kind of started thinking about this idea that if Kratos ever got a second chance, you know, this idea of like when I had a kid, I felt like my perspective on everything changed.
Est-ce qu'ils vont raconter comment ils ont recruté Christopher Judge? Mais vraiment, même pour lui, même pour le game director, c'était une seconde chance, c'était un renouveau, c'était une.
Can you say action?
D'ailleurs, attendez, on va
See, he's learning.
mettre ça en full écran. Quand même.
Success means the world to Santa Monica Studio.
Même pour lui, c'était vraiment une deuxième chance, un renouveau, le moyen pour lui de revenir sur dans le monde du jeu vidéo.
And bring him back as one of the original vision holders of the whole world that was God of War.
Et de par sa propre expérience d'évolution de vie, il a changé Kratos comme lui a évolué.
How can we just make it not just bigger and better and the same, but bigger and better and different?
After Ascension, they did this thing to check how the audience felt about God of War, right?
Ah bah.
The overwhelming vibe
Ascension quoi.
was that they were done with Kratos. You know, Kratos either needed to go away or needed a fresh start.
Ascension. God of War 3. Masterpiece. Ascension.
See the picture, if you can see all the way in the back, that face is exactly what people think of Kratos right now.
2013.
Which is just like, you know, like there's no like intelligent conversation that Kratos has. You just like rip your head off. Like, how do you feel? And he just rips your head off. Like there's one dimension to this character which was awesome as the anti-hero of the first game, but it didn't really grow. We didn't go anywhere with it.
First day back was at Penn Station in Santa Monica. Everybody was doing prototypes. They were doing
les mêmes bureaux qu'on a vu dans les
and
premiers
they
documentaires.
had kind of a pitch for Internal 7, the other game.
I was very excited, partly because I had been on God of War 1, 2, and 3, so I was ready for something new. And I was very excited that it was going to be futuristic, they're going to have guns, we're going to do something completely different.
Pardon?
Internal 7, they were in pre-production for probably close to 36 months. Shortly after that period, they needed to inherit the Ascension team and really put the pedal to the metal.
This studio is the DNA of God of War. As we start to push this thing forward, you guys are focusing pretty much 100% on this other project that will be our new
d'accord, c'était un autre.
IP.
But yeah, the first time was getting everybody up there
Un autre jeu.
while they were still working on the other project.
C'est quoi l'autre jeu?
And I think it was a lot of people were wondering what we were doing because it was a small team and it was just high vision, like what are we gonna do? And really kind of just throwing a bunch of stuff at the board.
Leadership had made some decisions around the growth of the studio and how we would remain competitive. And one of those decisions was turning ourselves into what we called a 1.5 team. And that would mean that you would have two larger IP development going on within the roof of Santa Monica Studio, and those teams would share resources back and forth.
C'était quoi l'autre team? L'autre team s'appelait comment? Truc 7? Truc 7?
There's no like intelligent conversation.
The overwhelming vibe.
Kratos needs a fresh start. You know, if you see the picture, if you
Penn
see all
Studio.
like they're
Doing concept art and they had
Ah.
but it didn't really grow. We didn't go anywhere with it.
First day back was at Penn Station in Santa Monica. Everybody was doing prototypes, they were doing concept art, and they had kind of a pitch for Internal 7, the other game.
Internal 7.
And the theme of the day is trying to keep quiet during the tour. Lots of reverb in there.
So we have a whole area. Offices will come along here. Offices will be along this wall. Over on this side, we're gonna have the focus test room. right over here.
Ah, ils donnent pas le nom du jeu.
Incubation team, we just walked through the new incubation area.
Your full-fledged recording studio set
Donc
up.
ils ont changé de bureau.
For the talent that comes in to record for our games.
And as you come this way, having a projection screen that will be able to come down. So we'll have an
All hands in this space, again, similar to what we do in Studio A.
executive boardroom for meetings.
As you're winding, you can look over the railing. It's a really different perspective on the space as a whole.
Ah, donc ils sont vraiment repartis. Les témoignages anecdotes de Christopher Judge, tu vas kiffer. On top à chaque fois. Ah. Donc ils ont vraiment ah oui, ils sont vraiment partis de zéro. Même leur studio, ils sont partis en mode nouveau bâtiment, nouveau truc. On arrête le vieux, on commence sur quelque chose de. On reconstruit des fondations saines.
Thank you guys all for coming. I think this is a crazy great opportunity. I'm sure all you guys are totally overwhelmed like I am with how incredibly large this place is. But I think it just shows that Sony has a really deep commitment to Santa Monica Studios and we want this place to grow.
C'est cool qu'ils aient été accompagnés et tout par Sony.
Opportunities like this don't come very often. I'm very honored to be here with you guys today in our new home with the team that is going to be the future of Sony Santa Monica. Cheers.
Bonjour, faudrait que je réinstalle Windows sur mon PC. Quelque chose que je voulais regarder.
You want me to talk about what it would be like if it failed?
Well, I mean, yeah, just like it. Really, where it comes from is what's at stake, because it's like that's part of the business. You know,
it is part of the business, and you know, if any franchise were to fail on an epic scale, like just not deliver at all, of course there'd be ramifications.
Gaming here with IGN News. Layoffs unfortunately hit Sony Santa Monica studio today. The Sony-owned exclusive developer, founded in 1999, is best known for its God of War games. The extent of the damage remains unclear, though there are indications that one of the projects the studio was working on has been cancelled alongside this round of layoffs. Sony has provided the following statement to IGN. SCEA can confirm that we have completed a reduction in workforce at Santa Monica Studio.
Donc c'est ça, ils ont annulé le jeu sur lequel Truc 7 était en train de travailler. J'ai déjà oublié le nom. Internal 7 était en train de travailler.
And it ended up being a dream that died, literally, in that moment.
It's one of the hardest things you'll ever do in development is when you sink your heart and soul into something and you realize it's not coming together the way we wanted it to. We need to shift gears and restart. That was kind of the abyss for that team.
So that was pretty devastating in many ways. You know, one of the many big appeals of coming here was to work on a new IP on a small team. So I actually joined that in 17 when it was about 20 people. So it was a very, very difficult time for me. So yeah.
But for us, we kind of had our heads down. We were just like, okay, we had a timeline, and that timeline felt pretty good. That other game was going. We were kind of like, okay, cool, we'll kind of trail them, draft, know when we can get people on. And then when things were not working out, and kind of the big sort of halt happened on the project, we had to suddenly say, we're about to get 110 people. And I had to figure out how to keep them busy and figure out now, beyond just the concept of the game, but how are we gonna, what's the new pipeline? What's the engine? It was in a dire position, right? Because you're in that state where you don't have anything to keep people busy. But we were in no way ready for 110 or 120 people that we inherited.
We were just trying to like basically do mental push-ups to be ready for the team. And then all of a sudden they just got delivered on our doorstep about 8 to 9 months early. And it was like, what are we gonna do now?
Ils ont engagé 150
There's a lot
personnes.
of mistrust right out of the gate because they're like, what have you guys been doing over here? You don't know what game we're making? And we're like, you guys are like early.
was very
Ils ont dû
difficult,
recruter
but we had to push on, you know, and I think we had to find
autant de personnes
the
d'un coup,
positivity out of it and
sans
figure out how
savoir
to
sur quoi ils allaient travailler.
collect everybody again.
I think for me, it was just that, again, perseverance of coming in here and putting one foot in front of the next to make sure that tomorrow is a good day for everyone.
Je suis en train de chercher un truc à côté en même temps.
Times here, but we are confident in our foundation and we're building on that. We are in a reset phase with the new studio.
This probably won't make the final cut, but I like this location. I prefer this. The new, this, you know, this will all be lovely, but this is I'm fond of this place.
It's pretty bittersweet. It's sad in some ways to be leaving the studio. You know, it's such a great place where so many great games are made.
This big open collaborative space, we realized we couldn't keep it throughout the whole building and have that same feel, so moving makes sense.
It feels like a new chapter. We're making a a new style of game. You know, it's going to be a good.
Ah, je savais pas qu'ils avaient complètement déménagé et tout refait.
New generation, new facility, new logo, all coming together here and now. And it starts the future of the business that we so love.
Ouais, ils ont gardé les mêmes couleurs. Ils ont gardé les mêmes couleurs de...
We feel face-to-face communication and dialogue is really critical to our collaborative nature.
de studio quand même.
Well, I mean, definitely we'll miss some things about the old building. We went through a lot there, but I think it's just like, I feel re-energized, you know, to be honest. I feel like, you know, I just feel pumped up for whatever's going to be next.
The inspiration is definitely in the building now. I mean, we have to step up and make something fantastic because we're in a fantastic place.
For me, I wasn't coming to work at Sony, I was coming to work on that franchise. You know, when I played God of War 3, I was so excited about it. I just wanted to be part of that.
Ah, c'est vrai que c'était pour un God of War
If
quand
you're
même.
making a
Ils étaient
fighting
recrutés.
game or a sports game, you build a team around what you need. And we had a team of people who love God of War and a team of people who want to build that kind of game.
You know, honestly, for me, I totally thought that we had to throw it all out and we had to find a new hook for this game, something that could anchor everything that we were doing, but something that could also show that there's some change in all of it. And I'm not as creative as I would love to believe, so I always just pull things directly from my life. So I thought it was a totally clever idea to have Kratos be a dad and try to actually be a dad rather than use it as like a cutaway cinematic to describe whatever past he had. It is such a departure for Kratos when the first thing you talk about is him being a dad, right? And his previous experience with being a dad was, you know, murdering his family. And
C'est un gros changement quand même pour Kratos de vouloir refaire sa famille.
The rest of the studio, the rest of the team, we had really
De
worked
vouloir
together this
recréer une
quarter with like
famille.
11 people to find the best sort of version of what we were talking about.
Après ce qui lui est arrivé.
Initially, it wasn't even going to be his kid. Like, I think the first pitch I gave was that we wouldn't even know what was happening. So it was like Kratos walking through the desert, because we were, in my mind, still doing Egypt initially. Wind, sand blowing all over the place as he's kind of crawling through. And then kind of stands up and crests
Alors,
over a dune.
il a dit un truc très intéressant. L'histoire se passait encore en Égypte. Alors, dans God of War, dans le jeu que nous avons vu God of War, nous avons trouvé quelque chose de très intéressant quelque part dans le temple de Tyr Tyr. C'est où? Où est-ce qu'on l'avait trouvé? C'était dans un des bureaux de Tyr. Ah, voilà. Ah, ça se trouve, c'est pas du tout ça. C'est pas ça. Putain, c'était pas dans celui-là. C'était dans le truc d'Odin. Ah, mais où est-ce qu'on l'avait trouvé? C'était dans le bureau d'Odin. Un des bureaux d'Odin qu'on avait découvert sur... À quel endroit? Je sais plus du tout. Ah, c'était peut-être sur Helheim. Ah putain, ça y est, je me souviens de où est-ce qu'on l'avait trouvé. Et je serais incapable de ressortir la VOD qui correspond à ce moment, à cette découverte. Là, on est toujours chez Tyr. Là, on a Flip le temple. Ah non, c'était pas là. C'est pas là. Je sais pas si vous vous en souvenez, on avait découvert dans un des bureaux d'études de Odin, on avait découvert un panneau de connaissances machin là. C'était où? Les grands panneaux en bois. Ça. On avait découvert un truc comme ça. Voilà, bien sûr, la qualité est dégueulasse parce que je suis en 480. On avait découvert un truc comme ça. Regardez-moi la tête de ce con là. Avec aux quatre coins des symboles qui représentaient tous le symbole de la guerre dans différents dialectes. C'était où? Connaissance Odin. Ça, c'est les corbeaux. Non, les corbeaux, marteaux. Ça, hein. Bureau Odin, je sais pas comment appeler cette zone. Tous les collectibles. Je sais plus du tout où c'était. On va retourner sur Super Solid. C'est dans les connaissances. Inscription runique et connaissances. Inscription. Alors, est-ce que c'était à Midgard ou est-ce que c'était ailleurs? Ça, c'est le temple de Tyr. Non, mais ça, c'est les inscriptions runiques. Moi, c'est pas ce que je cherche. Je cherche les connaissances, moi. Non, je l'aurais pas. Je l'aurais pas comme ça. Et on avait un tableau comme ça avec en haut à droite le symbole oméga machin. Donc le symbole qu'on connaît de Kratos pour la guerre, de la mythologie grecque. On avait un symbole pour la mythologie scandinave. Et on avait deux autres symboles à gauche. Un égyptien et un autre qui, je pense, est le symbole asiatique. Donc on a deux mythologies supplémentaires, en plus des deux qu'on connaît déjà de God of War, susceptibles d'être créés, à travers lesquels on pourrait naviguer. Et là, il parle, voilà, cette histoire se passait encore en Égypte. Est-ce qu'on verrait pas éventuellement, après Ragnarok, dans quelques dizaines d'années, bien sûr, un God of War en Égypte? Suivi, donc 2 opus God of War en Égypte, suivi, des années plus tard, 2 opus God of War en Asie. Alors oui, ça fait un peu Assassin's Creed dans les idées. Mais, pourquoi 2? Je me dis que God of War, c'est donc l'arrivée dans le truc scandinave. God of War Ragnarok, c'est la fin des dieux. Les dieux meurent. Donc terminer God of War Ragnarok, terminer la mythologie scandinave avec God of War Ragnarok. Donc 2 opus. Donc pourquoi pas, après ces 2 opus-là sur la mythologie scandinave, bim, 2 opus, mythologie égyptienne. Je vous l'ai dit, ma théorie, c'est que Kratos est le premier prophète des religions monothéistes. Voilà, c'est ma théorie. Il s'arrêtera il s'arrêtera de tuer tout le monde quand toutes les religions polythéistes auront disparu. Je me dis que ça fonctionne plus par trilogie, oui, parce qu'on a eu les 3 premiers God of War. Je suis d'accord aussi. Mais est-ce que faire 3 opus, c'est pas trop? Je me dis qu'est-ce que arrivé au 3e, tu t'essouffles pas un peu? Bon, alors on a complètement vu que c'était pas le cas avec God of War, ça allait crescendo et le 3e est monstrueux. On est d'accord. Mais si tu veux délivrer des jeux aussi incroyables que God of War 2018, est-ce qu'il faut pas ne pas trop en faire? Et rester sur un petit chiffre? Déjà 2, c'est déjà énorme. Et surtout, voilà, c'est God of War Ragnarok. Ragnarok, c'est la fin. C'est Asgard disparaît. C'est terminé. Et je me dis, tu vois, 1-2, bim, tu passes à pas trop forcer, s'il y a pas d'inspi, voilà, tout à fait. C'est comme les séries télé. Je pense qu'au bout de la 10e saison, tu peux te dire: «Va peut-être falloir trouver autre chose à faire, quoi». Et et du coup, je vois bien, tu vois, 1-2, terminé, on passe à autre chose. Mythologie égyptienne, 1-2, terminé, tous les dieux sont morts, on passe à autre chose. Je vois bien un truc comme ça. Et tu vois, le fait qu'ils disent, dans ma tête, ça se passait en Égypte. Tempête de sable, machin, on était dans le désert en Égypte. Ça sent bon. Ça sent très bon pour la suite.
And then he kind of turns around and then says, "All right, follow me." And then we kind of reveal that there's
Follow me,
a
son.
kid there.
Come here.
We have a long journey ahead.
Come here, boy.
Very little.
Là
just
encore,
at least-
juste sur cette première cinématique, il a un physique encore très...
All right, follow me. And then we kind of reveal that there's a kid there.
Il a un visage, il a un physique très grec. J'ai pas l'impression que c'est la tête de Kratos qu'on a eu dans le jeu. Il est très, très anguleux, niveau du nez, niveau des arcades, niveau Les lignes sont très anguleuses, comparé à ce qu'on a vu dans God of War, dans le jeu, où il était un peu plus rond. Non? Il a l'air plus fin, ouais. Il est plus grec. Il a un physique plus grec. Je sais pas comment le dire, il a un physique plus... Voilà. C'est pas le Kratos un peu... J'allais dire rondouillard, mais pas du tout. Il l'était pas. Ouais, je sais pas.
And then that was like, "Oh, wait, we should do this. We should try this. We should do this."
J'ai essayé de retrouver le passage où on a vu ce tableau. J'étais persuadé que c'était dans le temple de Tyr, mais en fait, non. Ça va être juste avant.
But the sun thing, like not at first, definitely not at first. Just mainly because, like, from my perspective, it's like I'm trying to think of like combat and what we can do next, and then I see this tiny kid running around as Kratos, and I'm like, my God, it's like all he's gonna do is slow him down. All he's gonna do is make things hard, and nobody wants that in the game.
Rolling. You ready to kill a deer? Get your first knife?
Yeah.
Get in combat?
Mm-hmm.
Probably do some extra combat stuff. I think you're also gonna jump off of a box into John's arms. So we just need you to do a backflip. Can you do a backflip?
Actually, yes.
Really?
You
I was
can?
totally kidding. You can do a backflip?
Yes. When I first did the audition, I thought it was a movie because it was just like some dialogue right there, and I was like,
J'arriverai
okay.
pas à retrouver le
It's just like
passage
a
où on voit ce
movie,
tableau.
and we just did like a fire scene or something like that. Which
Vous connaissez pas un
I
site où on peut
barely
voir tous les tableaux de
remember.
connaissances de God of War?
No, we didn't do history today.
But you do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Basically, when we actually present the game to the executives, this screen will be sitting on the television. It'll just be your face sitting at the fire, looping. And I'll be talking to them, and then when we actually start the game, we'll press a button, and that's when you'll hear your dad call you. So I'll press the button, and it'll be like, boy! So it'd be kind of cool.
And then I get the role,
Ah, je vais peut-être trouver.
and then I go to like San Diego or something like that, and then all of that, and I'm like, wait.
Le gosse, il a dû vivre
And
sa
it's
meilleure
like
vie.
a game, and it's God of War, and I'm like, what? And I'm like super excited, but I was like really confused, and it was just a bunch of emotions going through me.
Il a dû vivre sa meilleure vie, vraiment.
Or the yeah, I think Sunny wins that round for sure.
What do you got?
Gotta go like here.
Yeah. You just gonna that's how you do it?
Yeah.
Okay, right into the belly.
Or this. Yeah. I actually did that yesterday, where I'm supposed to get really mad at Kratos.
Anger. More.
More?
More. Give it to me. Good.
Yeah, I just scream really loud. It's really funny.
Okay, Sonny. Loop.
Boy.
J'aime bien comment ils traduisent boy par Atreus. Le mec il est derrière, il dit boy. Jamais il l'appelle par son prénom. En fait, c'est peut-être un problème que j'aurais eu si j'avais joué en version française. Est-ce que en version française, il dit Atreus ou il dit garçon ou fils ou enfant ou un truc comme ça? Est-ce que tu l'as joué en version française? Atreus de souvenir. Donc du coup, ça casse un peu ce truc. Ça casse ce truc où Kratos appelle l'enfant boy. Boy. Il dit pas Atreus. Come here, boy. Do this, boy. Read this, boy. Et il appelle Atreus vraiment peut-être 2 ou 3 fois dans le jeu. Ça impacte beaucoup plus. J'arrive pas à retrouver la fresque.
So remember that you just killed that thing. It's not alive anymore. If it's got kids, they're all alone. So think through that. It sucks. I know, right? Use that. Okay.
Tu vois le truc que tu viens de tuer?
I can't.
Bah t'as ruiné la vie de toute leur famille. Bravo, vous venez de créer la mort d'un cerf en direct.
The vision for getting that
Oh, le
kind
gosse,
of
il est chauve.
tone, no camera cuts, like getting all that stuff up and running, especially as well with like a buddy AI with the son and having him lead the way properly, having
Oh, je
him
l'ai.
move correctly, and I mean the vision was so clear, but it was also pretty ambitious. And at that time, we didn't really have a lot of that working.
It was fucking bad. It was just a mess, right? It was like 12 different ideas, you know, all at once. It was too much, and nobody was really sort of giving an inch.
Okay, well, now what does that mean?
Ok.
Well, that means you go back.
Alors attendez. Reprenons la conversation de tout à l'heure. Ça. On a vu ce panneau-là dans le bureau d'études d'Odin. C'est un panneau représentant Tyr, le dieu de la guerre, marchant dans le monde à travers entre les royaumes, pour se diriger vers différents autres lieux de la mythologie. On a vu dans des différentes mythologies, on a vu dans les trésors de Tyr, on a vu des trésors égyptiens, grecs et d'autres trucs. Et d'ailleurs, ce serait bien que j'y retourne pour essayer de voir un peu plus précisément ce qu'on a vu. Donc, on a le symbole grec en haut à droite, le symbole scandinave en bas à droite. Maintenant, en haut à gauche, on a l'Égypte. En bas à gauche, alors pour moi, ça représente l'Asie. Je vais voir si Google trouve une correspondance quelconque. Alors après, en bas à droite, bien sûr, ça peut aussi être la Bretagne. Ce qui est un peu moins attrayant comme, comme mythe. On aurait pu croiser le roi Arthur, mais bon, c'est un peu plus celte comme avec les Pictes et tout ça. Ça te pense au celte, ouais, ouais. Mais pour moi, c'est côté. Ouais, le Triskel, ça vient des Celtes, on est d'accord. Celtes qui ont été. Putain, je l'ai! C'est le symbole du vent. En bas à gauche. Symbole. Asiatique, vent. Nyeh. Je pars dans des théories. Laisse tomber. Mais n'empêche, ça se tient. Si Tyr, le dieu de la guerre, a pu traverser les royaumes et se balader dans les différentes mythologies, moi j'ai envie de vous dire, c'est un signe. On a eu. D'ailleurs, on sait toujours pas comment Kratos est arrivé dans la mythologie scandinave. On a eu les Grecs. On est en train de faire les Scandinaves. Franchement, le reste, ça se tient. Ça se tient. Et du coup, moi, mon idée, elle est là. Mon idée, elle est que ils vont nous faire encore. On a au moins encore 2 univers supplémentaires de Kratos, de God of War. Alors, de Kratos, peut-être pas. De God of War, en tout cas. Parce qu'on ne sait pas ce qui va arriver, ce que va devenir d'Atreus. Mais je me suis déjà imaginé un scénario dans lequel Atreus reste dans la mythologie scandinave. En mode, il est devenu. Bah, après, c'est Loki, donc bon. Il est devenu un dieu de cette mythologie. Il reste dans cet univers-là. Et Kratos, il dit ok, je me casse. Je m'en vais. Et il va voir les autres mythologies. Mais ce tableau-là, il est hyper important. En tout cas, pour la suite des aventures du dieu de la guerre. Est-ce que eux-mêmes ont déjà réfléchi aussi loin? Bah écoute, on va savoir tout de suite. Il est où dans mon répertoire? Barlog. Ne répond pas. Désolé. Désolé. Voilà. Moi, mon idée, elle est là. Mythologie. On va mettre mythologie nordique. Guerre. Symbole. Panthéon de la mythologie nordique. Le symbole de Thor. Bien forcément. Oui, c'est ça. C'était bien, c'est bien ça. Le Triskel, c'est bien ce truc-là. La triple corne d'Odin. Ça, bon, alors, c'est pas un Triskel, mais... Bon, voilà. Alors, le Vaknut, c'est autre chose. Vaknut, c'est autre chose. Et Oblast. On parle de ce symbole-là, le Triskel en bas à droite. Le mot divisé le second ne pose pas de problème d'interprétation particulier et est généralement reconnu comme provenant du vieux norrois knutre, le nœud. Nutre. Oui. Le premier, en revanche, pourrait provenir de plusieurs mots: val, le choix, valr, le faucon, ou un de son homonyme signifiant celui qui est tombé au combat, de valar, le phalange, la phalange. Hein, ou encore, disons en bâton arrondi, ok. Mais non, je pense pas à ça. C'est je pense à ça. Allez. Corne d'Odin. C'est le symbole viking le plus célèbre utilisé dans de nombreux rituels réticents des Scandinaves. C'est quoi la corne? Bref. Du coup, je pensais à ça. Quand tu tapes symbole, hein, symbole de la guerre. Triskel breton, un symbole viking ancestral. Le Triskel est un symbole sacré dans 3 branches connu des Bretons, et puis il a en réalité les origines de plusieurs époques, de plusieurs civilisations. Bien qu'il soit connu comme symbole celte, le Triskel est avant tout païen. On retrouve des traces de symboles dans l'âge de bronze nordique, symbolise le chiffre 3, donc la trinité sacrée dans les différentes cultures. Chez les Vikings, plus largement dans la mythologie nordique, le Triskel représente les dieux Thor, Odin et Freyr. Voilà. Donc pour moi, on partait là-dessus. Après, ces deux-là, Donc pour moi, non, Égypte, bien sûr, en haut à gauche. Et en bas à gauche, c'est... Ah ah! Qu'est-ce que je tombe sur quoi? Quand on cherche symbole de guerre en mythologie asiatique, Tomoe. Magatama et Tomoe. Est-ce que ce serait pas un Sharingan tout ça? Hein? Là, la forme de Magatama. D'accord, un est un ornement caractéristique initialement de la préhistoire du Japon. Forme évoque un croc percé. D'accord, une griffe d'ours. Ok. Forme courante est Mitsutomoe. Formé de 3 Magatama. C'est un tourbillon ou un vortex et 3 branches tournées vers la droite. Ok. Au Japon, symbole traditionnel de la préfecture d'Okinawa. Emblème familiaux ou logo. Dieu de la guerre Shinto et protecteur divin du Japon. Les armes Dashiman Daimayojin. Est-ce que ma théorie, elle tiendrait pas debout quelque part? Ou est-ce que je cherche des trucs où il y en a pas?
And you do it again, and you know we've had even I think a shoe visit a little while ago in March.
Il doit être sur le
where
stream, il veut pas
said
capter
he left the room. I was
ses
like-
clichés.
I
Franchement,
was like,
honnêtement,
there's something that I could, you know, in his facial expression that is telling
est-ce
us
que Kratos ne
there's-
voyagerait
there's
pas
an
à
issue
travers
here.
les
And then, you
4
know, Shannon goes
grosses
through a lot of
mythologies?
ways. Shoe had some notes.
He was not happy, but I don't think I read exactly how unhappy he was. I was not very perceptive on that one, and it was Carlo who ran into him, and
C'est les nains qui
Shuhei
vont lui
starts
apprendre.
telling him, I was
Bah,
horrified.
en soi, avec s'il garde Mimir avec lui, il devrait être capable de le faire. Après Mimir, on n'est pas sûr de le voir disparaître dans God of War, mais il est déjà venu chez les Nordiques, voilà. Comment est-ce qu'il est arrivé? Comment est-il arrivé dans la mythologie nordique? En soi, il avait juste à quitter la Grèce et puis aller en Finlande ou en Islande et et s'incruster dans le lac des Neufs, quoi. Il est arrivé par bateau, c'est tout.
Horrified how bad it was.
I think the team, you know, rightfully so, gets nervous when they hear like, oh, Shu's playthrough, you know, was not all positive, right? And people start saying, well, what does this mean? What does this mean? And it means we gotta solve this problem, right? Like we do every single day. And
Like, this is a really big guy in Sony, and he did not have a very good experience. And I still was under the impression it was not a very good experience, not horrified. Horrified how bad it was. I think that he probably walked out of that room that first time going like, what the hell did we do? We just gave this guy a lot of money to make this game. Did we make a mistake?
Ok, premier entretien avec les gars de chez Sony, pas très fructueux.
Run far away from me.
But you have changed. You're not a monster.
The hunt for Kratos was very difficult. We were probably a month away from giving up. We were like that close where everybody started having this pull me aside conversation, and you start thinking about the reality of this. Like maybe
On y arrive.
this is not going to happen. Maybe you're not going to find the perfect person.
Avec un t-shirt Superman.
My agent had called me, and I wasn't really sold on auditioning for it. I know it sounds silly now.
Incroyable, il est incroyable.
She's like, look, just read it. Just read the sides. And I read the sides.
Regarde son visage. Regarde son visage. Ah. Cette mâchoire là. Oh.
And I said, I thought you said this was a video game. You have seen what I am.
Avec cette voix.
And when you lose control, when the rage takes you, that is me in your blood, eating away at any goodness your mother may have passed on to you. It was literally like the test you do for a TV series or movie. Run. Run far away from me.
But you have changed. You're not a monster.
That is exactly what I am.
Not to me.
And it just, I couldn't wrap my head around how this would be in a video game.
Come on, Slowpoke.
This is not me leading.
Excellent. Very good. Right from the get-go, you can see him and Sonny had a really good chemistry. And, you know, he's huge.
Il est énorme.
Ultra violence and sexism, that's God of War. Why aren't we doing that, right? People will say, Kratos can't grow. He's just this, like, anti-hero who just kills things and bathes in their blood. And I'm like, you need to see a therapist. But I think it was a necessity.
Alors, est-ce qu'ils vont expliquer comment ils ont réalisé le visage de Freya?
If I had my own instrument, it's probably the accordion, because it's weird, and most people think it's lame, but I think it's cool.
Hey, how's it going? How you doing?
I remember meeting Corey, and he told me the story of the game. I think we were there for like an hour and a half, and I felt like I was sitting around a campfire. Like I wanted to just like roast marshmallows and just like, and then what happened? It's the story that draws me musically. That's where I get ideas. And I realize like this game has a really well thought out story and character arc. And I just thought I have to be involved in this.
What is God of War? Is Kratos the mascot, or is Greek mythology the mascot? I was talking to several people from the European marketing groups, because I think what they saw is like, oh, you're just gonna make another God of War with angry Kratos, right? And they're like, that's just not a good idea. And I talked about, you know, potentially exploring other mythologies. And one of the guys had said, you know, I just don't understand how that would work. You know, what is Kratos gonna pop on a backpack and just walk to Scandinavia? You know, that just seems weird.
Exactement.
And I was like, oh, right at that time I realized, like, oh, well, he doesn't have a backpack, but yeah. Hello. Okay, wow, there we go. So they're gonna go out in the beginning of the game and fulfill the sort of dying wish of the mother. The mother wanted her ashes. She wanted to be burned and her ashes to be spread on the highest peak in all the realms. So that's kind of the driving force throughout the entire story, is that they are taking her ashes and heading to the highest peak. The overall theme of this is that the kid is going to teach Kratos how to be a human. Kratos is going to teach the kid how to be a god, right? Each of them has a piece of them missing, and they kind of help each other out on this buddy road trip movie.
Bah le gosse lui a pas... Bah si, il lui a appris à aider les autres. Bah, même si Kratos le faisait déjà, ouais non, pas vraiment.
We are in the middle of nowhere right now. And we hear a hissing. There's the culprit. So, another adventure. Yeah, it was interesting, a cross-section of people too, because it was, we sent programmers, artists, Shannon, I think, went as well.
It's a panorama? You're doing a film.
This is serious. I'm documenting.
You're documenting?
Ready, guys? We're getting ready. This is where it all begins. Cue the soundtrack.
Les devs qui partent en voyage pour
You
Colin.
can see the people were much smaller back then. Luke would have been a giant compared to them. That's the way we
Lol,
dress when
la
going
blague.
to
Parce que le bateau il est petit, vous avez compris?
Smartly. Nordic thunder. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna get run over.
Oh, faut trop que j'y aille. Il faut que j'aille en Islande.
So we're still here. The tires won't come off, so we called the farmer.
So we gotta dig in here.
Yeah. This is where we live now. Come find us.
There's so much life
Ah, les paysages là-bas sont
happening around
incroyables.
you, and you can feel it almost in the terrain. There was a number of really special moments there for me because of how magical the landscape is and the way that it just captures your soul.
C'est le Rouen. Pas du tout.
As I was looking around at the beauty of Iceland for the first time, it really hit me that the path that we were on was the right path.
Ils sont pas allés en
I could see the
été.
game for the first time, truly in my heart.
Ils y sont pas allés en été. Ce ciel incroyable. Ils ont fait ça avec la chorale islandaise.
The Icelandic language today is the closest language to Old
Regarde
Norse. What that means is acquire in Iceland would be able to read a phonetic spelling of Old Norse and do it correctly. So immediately all eyes were on Iceland as a possible place to do choir.
J'ai des frissons jusque dans mon fondement. J'ai les poils du cul qui s'hérissent.
I thought I was auditioning for Game of Thrones, I'm gonna be honest. I was pulling on
Ah.
a major Lady Stark moment with my monologue, and I was like, this is my moment. We're all in.
Le visage PS2.
It felt like a beautiful cinematic piece about father and son and mother and longing and relationships and with these gods and goddesses, and it was really
Et
exciting.
puis on va la revoir dans Ragnarok aussi. On va retrouver ses ailes de Valkyrie.
So they're going to meet Freya in a meet cute, really. She is going to give them a little bit more information on the world, help guide them to where they need to go, but also kind of start to create this relationship with both Kratos and the son that we kind of build throughout the entire game. She will send them off towards the mountain, and you get attacked like right away. She's totally not trying to screw you over and just sending you into a really bad place. It's a very hostile world that you're in.
École de survie de Californie, quoi?
Yes, the gunfire is very exciting. It's all part of the experience. So, while we may not end up doing some of these exact things, I think it's cool to kind of get the tactile feel of these things so that we can kind of imagine a little bit of what it was like to live like people in the pre-Viking era.
Wait, they have guns and we have knives?
Yeah, survival.
Ah mais fallait faire ça en Islande, vous étiez très bien.
Watch for poison oak!
Toi tu pour alors. Toi quand tu fais ta randonnée, quand tu pars en montagne, Tu prends un bâton, tu prends un petit bâton tranquille que tu as trouvé par terre. Lui, il prend un tronc. Christopher Judge, il prend un tronc avec lui pour l'aider à marcher. Tu prends une petite branche tranquille, lui, il prend l'arbre.
Whatever you do, you have to make sure you can get into it and then still close it up and keep yourself insulated. Start sitting in yet?
Oh, he'll fit.
One way or another.
Regarde, ça, c'est ton bâton de marche. Lui, c'est un cure-dent. Pour lui, c'est juste un cure-dent.
Widowmakers, things that can fall and kill you. Yeah, come help. You can do it.
See if Sonny wants to do it. If not, then we'll do it. Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go. Yeah, go swing. Right. You want to help with the rest of it?
Mais ce qu'ils te disent pas dans les camps de survie, c'est que ton matériel là pour faire ta corde et tout ça, faut que tu le trouves tout seul. Si t'as pas de corde, si t'as pas de lacet, tu fais quoi?
Playback. Okay.
J'aime beaucoup son t-shirt Santa Monica Love PlayStation. J'aime bien.
Holy crap, this is exciting. This is our first day.
I have to pee.
Really? Now? Do not make me pull this volume over.
I won't.
I often make bad decisions and get myself in trouble, so...
Non, ils avaient
It'll be perfect. I'll be like, look,
ça
what did you
doit être
expect?
ça doit être un moment incroyable. T'as déjà passé plusieurs mois à imaginer ton histoire, à imaginer ton truc, à déjà avoir des premiers modèles 3D, des premiers dessins, des premiers trucs. Cette première fois où tu mets l'acteur en jeu avec la combinaison, où tu lui appliques sur ton logiciel le modèle 3D du personnage avec le physique et tout, avec les textures, avec les vêtements et tout. Ce premier moment où tu vois ton personnage que tu as créé pendant des mois et des mois avant, où tu le vois bouger réellement, ça va être un moment de fou.
Talking about work too?
Yeah. See? It's all around. TV? Yes, I was trying to teach him the action. All right.
Puis Father's Day.
It's a big
Boy.
influencing factor. And I think as I was growing up in the earlier games, the family was sort of the individual extended family. My family lived farther away from me, so I was a lot more separated from them. So the work family became the entire family. Now, I have them intermixing.
Like I had my daughter during production, and just the willingness to work around my schedule of having a newborn, and I had to take maternity leave in the middle of production, and well, I know, so I came back.
I have 2 daughters, and a 4-year-old and 6-year-old.
Pourquoi?
Hi Sophia, hi Olivia.
I'm expecting yes.
Pourquoi vous faites ça? Arrêtez.
We're gonna watch the TV, and they're gonna...
Pourquoi vous faites des enfants?
And then it's gonna be on the TV.
TV?
Yes, TV. Even in the earlier games, that's how I kind of rooted myself in the first story, was writing the first few drafts with my dad and kind of finding the struggle of Kratos and Zeus, the sort of father-son story. But this father-son story is told from that different angle, the son becoming the father. So I am a little OCD, so I'm going to take some of this. Oh, you like that? Okay, good. Oh, that's fantastic. I don't know why. I'm taking a little bit of this. Not certain what I'm going to do with it yet.
Farting is allowed in the volume.
Right. Only in the volume. If you need to fart, go next door.
Air Studio à Londres. Ah ouais, sympa le studio d'enregistrement là. Est-ce qu'on n'a pas... Attends, pardon, excusez-moi, je viens d'avoir une vision dans ma tête là. Comment s'appelait cette chanson déjà? Ok. Je vous en parle dans 2 secondes. Je regarde, je me pose la question et je reviens vers vous. J'arrive dans 30 secondes. Où est-ce que ça a été enregistré, ça? Non, ça a été enregistré aux États-Unis, pas en Angleterre. Hem Mmh mh. Comment je peux trouver la réponse? Sortie de l'album. Ah! Un auteur, producteur, label, Columbia Records. Ouais, non, ça a été enregistré aux États-Unis. Non, mais j'ai rien dit. J'avais une vision en voyant la salle, j'avais une vibe de We Are the World. Le clip USA for Africa de l'album We Are the World. Je voyais
It's so simple that
le même truc,
almost
le même
wrote it
décor.
by accident. It was the last thing I did in sketching that theme. But I mean, I've come to really love it, and I think its simplicity is what makes it so powerful, and it represents Kratos. He's a man of few words. His theme should be a theme of few notes. Here we go.
Huh?
Kratos isn't the most verbal guy. It's not that he's not intelligent, because he was a general. He was very intelligent, but he's very efficient with what he says and when he feels like something needs to be said. And so with Kratos, it's like when a grunt can do, that's kind of his wheelhouse. Because he can convey a lot of emotion from kind of thing.
That was good.
It's really good. Sometimes I will on set be referencing him. What is this one again? I'm like, oh yeah. It's phenomenal.
E3 is a big opportunity for media to get a glimpse into what's going on with the various software as
God
well
of
as
War
hardware.
2. On a vu ça. On se souvient, on a regardé.
You get all developers, you get all studios, everyone's just a fan of games.
I drove around for an hour looking for a parking space. I had forgotten how fantastic E3 is. Fuck that. I'm looking forward to seeing people's responses back to this thing. Right now I haven't heard anything, but seeing the crowds is definitely an inspiring thing. Hello, this is the first of many diaries that I'm going to make during the soul-crushing process of making this game. It's been 3 years on this project. We are a month from our E3 demo.
Ah, il faut que je garde en tête que c'est sorti en 2018.
The art director, who's been on the project from the beginning and actually been at Sony for over 10 years, is having his last day today, which is the reason I'm probably starting to do these things, so that I can outwardly seem like I'm totally fucking fine with it, but inwardly then I can be completely questioning
Une très près de
what the fuck is going to happen.
Une très près de son téléphone quand même. C'est un bon gros plan là. 2016, annoncé à l'E3 2016.
11, check.
Come here, boy.
That dome hammer doesn't scare me. Boom! Oh no!
Boy! Boy!
Take that, Thor.
Your mother's knife. belongs to you now.
What for?
A test.
So being like 2 weeks away from E3, you know, we haven't really talked about or shown anything about our game.
C'était quoi leur
It's like a pressure cooker right now. You know, we're like all boiling with excitement.
It is simply a target. Clear your mind.
Immediately when we show the E3 demo,
Ils ont la démo qu'ils ont fait, c'est la chasse.
Story elements that weren't in these games before, and I know that you know some fans may have liked the just pure like just kill, fight. Yeah.
Non, j'avais bien aimé qu'il y ait plus de un peu moins de gros fights comme on a, enfin de fights comme on a pu voir sur les anciens.
But I'm excited about finding out soon.
Il y en a énormément bien sûr, mais vraiment les anciens c'était massacre sur massacre sur massacre.
A little tired, a little stressed, a little freaked out. You know, this is the first time after a very long time we're going to show anything to the world. So I hope people are just happy to see the change.
Oh man.
Ah.
So
La première réaction des gens à ton jeu, ça doit être fou.
A month. It's just 9 minutes, but it's
Tout de suite plus impliqué quand il y a une bonne narration, ouais, tout à fait.
because that's the one where either everybody's gonna go, "What the fuck are you doing?" or "What the fuck are you doing? That's awesome!" Like.
J'ai aucune idée, je sais pas du tout, j'ai pas regardé de crowd reaction, j'ai rien regardé du tout de God of War. Ah ouais, ils ont pas fait ça en petit en plus. Tout le monde avec son téléphone, son PC, son... Ah, ils ont fait la musique en live.
Ouais. Ah.
En plus, tu l'as déjà fait plusieurs fois avec les 3 premiers God of War.
No,
Tu sais comment ça marche.
You want to say bye-bye to Papa?
He wants to open that door.
Come on. Give Papa a big hug.
Yeah.
We've seen so much in the last 20 minutes, and we haven't even started.
I know. So many exclusives, so much more to come. I'm excited to be surprised. I don't know what's gonna happen. You never know what's gonna happen.
I will try not to screw up.
C'est pas comme s'il y avait eu 100 000 leaks avant, mais c'est pas grave.
I love you. Mwah. Ido, I love you. Papa Bush.
Comment s'appelle le gosse? Ido?
All right, you have a good day opening and closing doors. Good afternoon. So in here, fantastic.
Ah oui, c'est vrai que ça a été dev sur PS4 à la base.
My wife talks about she doesn't come home from work being a stay-at-home parent. She's constantly immersed in work, and I'm like, I kind of feel the same way.
Attends, elle a.
Be able to separate from it, but I have this like.
Excusez-moi, elle a un. C'est moi ou elle a un circuit intégré sur son. Elle a un circuit intégré sur comme collier. C'est une puce électrique.
She's constantly immersed in work, and I'm like, I kind of feel the same way, and I should be able to separate from it, but I have this like problem where my brain will not disengage. Because last night, it was 3 in the morning, and I'm like, I really need to sleep. I have to sleep, and I just could not stop tossing and turning and.
What are you doing?
Going over both the positive and negative scenarios, you know, and one of them was trying to convince myself, you know, the positive scenario, and the other one was just worming its way in like an earworm, you know, like they're all gonna laugh at you. Maybe not that exactly, but.
Hi everyone. Oh my God, thank you, that's so awesome.
Est-ce qu'ils ont le droit de voir en direct? Bah oui, de toute façon, c'est diffusé en
You guys are
direct.
just so close to this that you don't see how absolutely phenomenal it is, and it's just mind-boggling.
They could very much say, wow, that's great. This is a new direction. You know, gamers, I feel, have grown up the way that I have grown and the team has grown. We've all kind of moved to this next phase of gaming.
Et puis après, ils ont réussi aussi à... Est-ce qu'ils ont réussi à... Ah! Est-ce qu'on connaît l'âge moyen des joueurs de God of War?
No idea how people are going to respond.
Est-ce qu'ils ont réussi à toucher d'un nouveau public plutôt que le public qui avait déjà connu les premiers God of War?
Anything that anybody could say on the internet is still
Moi,
tame
déjà.
compared to what goes on inside here. But
Oui,
there's
t'as
so many
l'âge
more
des gens qui
people
ont
at
joué au
stake.
premier God of War à leur sortie.
Team. I don't want to let them down. I think there's nothing we can do now. It's already done, so I have faith that people are going to enjoy this. And then I won't have faith, and I will have faith, and I won't have faith, and I'll just... And Yumi. You should get footage of them. Shannon and Yumi. There you go. Get in there. Get up in there, right in Yumi's face. No one wants to watch you tape them. They want to look at you.
Alright, so this is the bonus.
Je te filme en train de me filmer.
Oh my god, it's amazing. I can't believe we're here.
It's a crazy day. Corey Marlock on the big stage.
It's like 4 years in the making.
Woohoo! So in terms of going in?
Yumi wants the camera off.
We're done with the camera.
Absolutely. Now the
Donc en 2016, ça faisait déjà 4 ans qu'ils étaient dessus.
See, now I can leak something and it will be okay because today's the day that the leak's coming out.
How are you getting in?
I have no idea.
A hat?
Huh?
Do you have like a hat, a cap or anything?
You could not wear anything that identifies you as Santa Monica Studio. You can't talk about the studio when we were there. It was crazy.
Oh, good point. I didn't really think of it that way. Yeah, I'll put this on. I have a hoodie. I can go Unabomber style. I think this is more for me, thinking that anyone would know who I am. And what a world we live in when I think that.
Il va incognito à sa propre présentation de jeu. Ah, et c'est pour ça que les gens dans la salle étaient hype. Ils ont ramené tout le studio en fait. Ils ont ramené tout leur studio dans la salle. C'est pour ça que la salle était hype. Il y avait que eux qui gueulaient.
Okay, tell me how nervous you are.
Dis-moi que t'es nerveux sans me le dire. J'arrête pas de péter depuis tout à l'heure.
Richard on one side of me,
Let's
and
go.
then some random stranger on the other side of me. I want to lean over and be like, I know what this is. I know what this is.
Oh, les choristes qui ont dû faire ça en phonétique.
Roar! That dumb hammer doesn't scare me. Oh, oh no!
Boy.
Stop.
Boy.
Ah, c'est lui qui avait la manette.
Your mother's knife. It belongs to you now.
Tu m'étonnes. Tu m'étonnes qu'il devait suer des mains.
She taught you to hunt, yes?
Yes, sir.
Then show me what you know.
Tu vois, Yes Sir, il le traduit par oui père.
Feed us.
That was straight up paralyzing. I was literally paralyzed.
Ça doit être
Full
incroyable.
chills, entire body.
Then show me what you know. I am hungry.
Ho, 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 whoa, 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 hold up, hold up. Oh! Oh!
What the? No, no.
Oh!
Oh,
I literally got to like raise my arms and hear that sound as he stepped out.
I am hungry.
I get chills even thinking about it. It was truly a once in a lifetime experience.
C'est quoi ces gamers qui ont des amis là?
Very rarely in life do you get you know, feed us.
Il est incroyable ça.
Oh my god! Some of my friends are like, yeah, but also kind of like jealous at the same time. And then like some of my friends are like really happy for me, like, bro, like I saw you in like God of War trailer. It was like so crazy, and they're like freaking out. And I was like, yeah, blah, blah.
That is awesome. Oh my god! Oh.
J'avoue la full barbe pour Kratos, c'est incroyable.
Holy shit!
What did I do?
You are hunting deer.
No, but what is Kratos doing in a Viking style game?
Which way?
Your hunt. You tell me.
Kratos with an axe! Oh my god!
Oh no, they didn't. No. Fuck gameplay.
Which was incredibly ambitious, right? Corey's gonna play the
J'avoue,
game
ils ont montré du gameplay à l'E3 pour la première présentation.
to the gameplay, not a pre-rendered video.
Nah, Brett! Nah, son! Oh my god, they're actually going into the gameplay!
It was section to section,
Sacré paire de couilles quand même.
worrying to some degree about just how it will play.
Punch him in the fucking face, son! Holy shit!
Will Corey hit it? Will he get the mantle? Will the sun move the way we want him to move?
It looks gorgeous, looks amazing. Oh my god, what is going on right now?
And we were literally going section to section, like, we'd be like, and then Andrew and I would be like, yeah.
Whoa! What is this? This is the best game so far that have ever been shown at E3.
And that's just this little tiny piece of what this game is going to be.
Yeah. Oh my god! Oh shit!
The team really got together and really delivered on something that is very hard to do.
Woo! This game is gonna be good. This game is gonna be so fucking good.
Vive le remake PS5.
For what?
A new beginning.
Il y a un dragon. Alors attends. Il y a un dragon. Qu'est-ce qu'on voit là-bas avec le... Ici, là, qu'est-ce qu'on voit? Une espèce de marteau ou je sais pas quoi. Ça, c'est le temple où il y a la Valkyrie. Bon, après, ça a dû changer. Je me souviens plus de cette scène. Je me souviens plus de cette scène. Non, c'est juste la présentation E3. Il n'y avait pas cette... Il n'y avait pas cette... Il n'y avait pas cette scène. dans le jeu.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome.
On est qu'à la moitié.
What a way to start
Bah ouais,
the
on
show,
discute un peu en même temps, donc
Live
dans le jeu, nous,
demo
on est d'accord.
of God of War.
Come here, boy.
As he's walking towards his office. Dang.
Everybody's telling me, my gut is telling me, what we did on E3 doesn't scale, right? We took so much time out of the project to make that awesome. That doesn't scale to a full-sized game.
You know, but the scary thing was, like, we showed 10 minutes and 45 seconds or something, and it took a year and a half to get there.
Hmm.
And now we have a year and a half left, essentially. And we have, like, 30 hours to make. And you're kind of scratching your head, like, how's that humanly possible?
How do you skip it to all those different stages? Are you using bookmarks?
No, it's called Denny.
So yeah, this is actually
Denny.
not correct anymore.
It's unbelievable.
No,
I can't keep up with all this shit.
Anything we have to say, we usually say it. So, and I think that's
Ok, donc ils avaient pas le jeu complet quand ils l'ont présenté à l'E3.
makes the team work. You know, you don't settle for crap that you see. If you see crap, then you identify it and you say it right to the person's face, hopefully with fists and a bat in your hand to make sure that they change it. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, basically you just talk it out and you just figure out like how to make it better, because usually it gets better.
We'll do it. Yeah, we're just gonna do it in effect and just a little swap.
Funny is this very.
We could definitely make her disappear.
No, I know we can warp her. Whether we can make her turn into a bird in gameplay.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, me too.
It's a good meeting. All right, guys. Never mind. I gotta go do something.
Yeah, he's got things.
Hey.
Good morning. All right, I'm going this way. All right. Everyone will steal your soul.
I have almost 30 people in my department, and artists tend to be a little bit introverted, dramatic, read into things, very sensitive, because, you know, you're an artist. That's natural. It's all okay. But every single person that I need to deal with needs to be dealt with in a different way.
If everything goes right,
C'est le but d'un manager.
Then I feel that I can get all of the stuff in. But as you can see, like I was just showing you stuff and there's a bunch of stuff.
We're gonna leave now because everything's going wrong.
For me, at least, I think a big part of it is maintaining that focus. With a team of our size, the ideas are constantly flowing. There's so much feedback. There's so many things that need to be done. Sometimes you just want to, you know, go to each individual person and say, stop thinking, just do this, right? Like, don't look at all these other things, just look at this and do this. And you can't do that because you know the other things are also pretty valuable.
Which would simulate that if you come to it at exactly the wrong phase, that's what would happen.
Right.
So I'll try switching
Intéressant.
that to true and see if that fixes it in that case, or see if it just has him like
Go straight in a line, yeah.
Yeah. And if that's the case, then check it in.
Well, let me know.
Okay, cool.
Cool, thanks.
But then the opposite's true as well, right? Because I remember like you and I had many fights about how like the Draga reveal should work. And eventually it just came down to like, I have a plan for this, leave me alone. I've got an idea here, go away.
Translating the really ridiculous thing. So.
It's a struggle to try to sort of unlock like this understanding of the process and how all the pieces fit together and how the players are going to understand the final product that you're delivering.
Are you working more on that? Or are you pushing further on these?
There's bugs like you saw, like the fact that one resource was missing the ID.
There's tons of stuff.
This is showing right now on the
players.
purchase.
So it's cleanup.
Probably the most challenging thing is just people love this character so much, and there is a lot of pressure to make sure that those people feel like we're doing that character who's so important to them justice, while still evolving him, because he couldn't stay in the one place that he was. And right now, once you go in there and you have all the doors around you, you don't know how the hell to get back out to the bridge. Right now, the only doors that are in there lead to realms. Right? Are you with me? Oh my god, your AI broke.
Yes. I had a firmware update just now. Sincerely, like after a party that just appeared in your house, because now I feel like I just want to show up every once in a while and leave you new lawn ornaments. Oh, I'm gonna do that. That sounds fun. They are a practical joking bunch, the managers.
No one's taking any credit, which was
Weirdly, that was the inspiration for Freya's house.
Oh my god, that's what it is.
Look. It's all right.
La tortue. Vive le remaster PS5, clairement.
Is he friendly?
Je suis heureux d'avoir attendu pour le faire.
So this is going to start filling in all the points in which we meet you, and you're going to be going with Kratos and the Sun to take them from the mountain all the way to Alfheim.
Right.
When you meet them in your house, all the different circumstances throughout the game,
Yeah.
where we need actually your voice versus my voice or Carlo's voice. You know, where you have really bad stand-in dialogue right now.
So where are we doing? So this Lamb's Crest.
So these first two lines here, at this point now, the player can still roam around your house.
Oh, right. And I'm like, come on, get it already. I
Ah.
also need Lamb's Crest. Do you mind?
Mais attends, le
Flower in
problème,
my garden?
il est... Alors, ils ont pas fait de...
You better work, Kratos.
Lamb's crest.
Ils ont pas fait de motion capture pour Freya?
God of War.
That's amazing. I hope you guys keep that in there.
What's up, Larry?
Ils ont pas fait de motion capture pour Freya?
It's like a big deadline for our games. So.
Good. What you a big time motherfucker now because you been movies and shit? Save some of that
Ou
money,
est-ce
dog.
qu'ils l'ont fait mais ils nous l'ont jamais montré?
Nicole Kidman concert.
Oh, good. So nobody bigger than me. I mean, good to see you. Have you missed me?
No, not really.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Come on, man. It's okay. It's okay to love, dog. You gotta, don't forget that. It's okay to love. Love is first, followed closely by hate and divorce and alimony.
Christopher Judge, sois mon père, par
Those are the
pitié.
things we teach kids on
Adopte-moi. Adopte-moi, par pitié.
Yours, where? Yeah, let's do this. Where is that?
It's in the pit.
Je veux être ton fils.
Well, I mean, we can show you stuff without Jason.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't need him, right?
How deep can your voice go?
Pretty deep.
Okay, good. You're playing Jason today.
Great.
So do we think the plan is to always have like the word Valkyrie written behind her, just so you're clear?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was your vision, right?
It was. I just didn't realize that you guys were able to really achieve it. Jason,
Jason, I did a terrible.
what are your thoughts on the Valkyrie?
Valkyrie? I don't know. I haven't looked at the Valkyrie yet, so I don't know. I hear it's awesome.
It is pretty awesome. I would not want to be the character following this meeting. I don't want to be the next character.
That's what we're
because
not gonna show
boy, oh boy. The
Oh non!
bar has been set.
J'ai un trou dans mon
Ladies
sac
and
de
gentlemen.
de dépressif, j'allais dire.
Now you got to top Valkyrie and
Merde.
final boss.
Ma petite balle de...
No pressure.
I'm gonna be showing you
Anti-stress.
some work in progress.
J'ai depuis tellement longtemps celle-là.
I'm actually the first, so I've heard I'm the first woman in the combat design team at the studio ever in the history of the studio. And when I heard that, I went, oh, that's actually really cool. That's not scary. It's
Pas où
cool.
il est.
However you want to start. It's your meeting. You
Je
go.
pense que c'est un petit grain qui s'est faufilé. Ah, je vous déteste, vous.
Usually your eyes close.
Les revenants.
I think my generation, there was definitely a lot less women in video games. But when I see the younger generation, there's a much larger portion of the people applying in that are women now.
Yeah, she's in the perfect
If my
height.
hand wasn't there, you would have hit me in the nuts.
He was like
Good,
karate,
you deserve it.
In their defense, you do deserve it.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, I can't really disagree.
In his defense, he can't help it.
Concerned about right now is just getting in the arena, and it looks good.
Yeah, the arena's
And these
there.
waves are not going to throw off combat at all.
Apparently not.
So he will be meeting probably like a couple more times in terms of just brainstorming meetings and idea meetings. They're trying to schedule something for an hour and a half over lunches.
Okay.
So Shannon's going to be organizing that and be letting you know. But I think for her, it's a priority. Obviously, it can't step over any project meeting.
Yeah, because we have a okay.
Yeah, apparently our project is so important. Just kidding.
There is just no way that this type of activity happens from any type of top-down endeavor. It is
No, not at all.
every single person, every day, right? Yeah. Kind of figuring it out. And it's like, again, like with your kids, you kind of equip them in the best way that you can, and then you got to solve it yourself. And for that freedom, you'll be accountable to it.
My mother said, everyone is smarter than you in something. And if you don't figure out what it is and learn from it, that's your fault.
C'est bien ça.
You know, she taught
Bonne
me
maman.
that every person I meet will have worth. And it's my duty to be open to receiving what people have to offer. You know, don't discount anyone.
C'est quoi ces gens qui ont reçu des bonnes éducations là? Moi le seul conseil qu'on m'ait donné c'est ne confonds pas amis et connaissances. Le seul conseil que mon père m'ait jamais donné c'est ne confonds pas les amis et les connaissances. Le seul résultat que ça a eu, c'est juste que j'ai considéré personne comme mes amis jusqu'à mes 26 ans. Et que je ne sais pas ce qu'est une amitié. Enfin que je ne savais pas ce qu'est une amitié.
Well, she's sort of, I think, in a resting happy face. She just seems happy the whole time, but everyone else is just like, thank God I'm getting $10.
I started in this industry. I always shudder when I say this, but I started in 1989 as a game tester at Sega. And when I finished school, I had no idea that they paid people to test games.
Jason is going to give you a cool presentation that breaks down all the combat, and then we're going to let you play through.
Il y a des gens qui ont eu le droit de jouer à une early version de Game of Thrones, de God of War.
I'm very surprised at how fast everybody seemed to pick up the controls. Like they seem to just adjust it very quickly.
It's almost like they could be good. Not a lot to study, which is good also.
Oh, le nombre de papiers qu'ils ont dû signer.
That's how we roll. What? Sorry, this is my...
Oui, enfin oui, ils ont joué un truc, un early game, c'était vraiment pour tester les combats.
Yumi's like, you're already 4.5 minutes off schedule. Get on schedule.
It's amazing. Thank you, Yumi. I will stay on this. That's true. She could be smiling beneath the frame. I'm gonna go with I believe she's smiling beneath the frame.
Je pense qu'elle sourit en dessous de...
Yeah, this is a little bit small. This is not the executive monitor we normally.
Je préfère y jouer une fois le jeu sorti. Ouais, une fois l'outil, bien sûr.
Is he trying to hit the kid? He is. Yeah. He's trying to punch. He's good at killing. What are your predictions? Do you think
Combien de fois j'ai essayé de buter le gosse?
Really bad scores. With that, the lack of facial expression, I can't tell where any of them are at. If they are enjoying it, if they're bored. I just see Derek. Derek, he just looks so professional.
So what do you guys think about the sun? Was it useful, not useful?
Yeah.
Very useful. Yeah.
He electrocuted guys. Without that, it'd be a nightmare.
Elle était à fond dedans, elle.
I'm not a blocker in God of War. Never have been.
Is that the old way where if you just keep doing the combo and they've chosen to block, they will just keep blocking until you stop?
They will never stop until you either block break them.
They're like the Terminator blocks.
And I don't want to babysit someone. That's the whole fun of being Kratos, is running through and mercilessly murdering people with fist weapons and hammers.
Yeah, we just have to make sure we're in agreement of like, okay, these are the possibilities and what.
Are we in agreement?
Yeah. I don't know. We never talked about it. So.
What do you think?
That's the most satisfying thing when they dodge my attack. It's just not something I'm used to.
Oh yeah, turn it up, turn it up.
It was. I don't think the button layout.
My question is, why didn't the sun ever get attacked? Because someone's just kind of like, hey, I'm here. I'm like your OP like freezer. Yeah.
OP freezer?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, like it was helpful, but.
Me here? What is this? What is this craziness?
He's definitely on the OP side, but it's fun.
Clairement, oui, le gosse.
I did not know what that meant. Yes, during the playtest, I would say it was really OP to me.
So like it felt really like
like I didn't even have to pay attention to him, and he was just kind of like a fairy sitting on my shoulder, like shooting stunning arrows, and it was really overpowered and it felt really cheap.
Donc ils ont rajouté de temps en temps à ce qu'il se fasse grab par les ennemis, quoi. Il prend la... Bah, après, il prend l'aggro aussi.
Because I feel like you could have like the same ability without the sun even being there. And so I feel like if like the sun was supposed to be like an integral part of like the game, then like he should have a role and like the player should always be like actively aware of that, like as like a liability, or like maybe like having the sun like play a large role in combat.
This is the all or nothing. It's everything. Like we are literally all in on this game. You have to get 150 people who are very stubborn and passionate and creative to all see a similar picture that doesn't exist. And doubt is the demon that lives in the ear of every person in this industry. That is, to me, the biggest obstacle. Keeping everyone focused on the goal and not listening to that little demon in their ear that says, they're all gonna laugh at you and it's not gonna work, right? And it's like, I have the exact same thing in both ears constantly, but I'm still trying to steer people back. And, you know, you have to be able to trust each other that you can fail and openly fail together and still recover, right? Otherwise, everybody just starts protecting what they're doing and nobody wants to share anything.
Mon cerveau est malade. Je n'ai absolument rien suivi de ce qu'il vient de lire. Dans ma tête, j'étais en train de m'imaginer une scène où j'étais en train de m'imaginer la présentation du jeu que j'ai en tête, du jeu Harry Potter que j'ai en tête. J'étais en train de m'imaginer le premier trailer du jeu. Vraiment la première présentation, le premier truc que les gens verront. J'ai rien écouté depuis je sais pas combien de temps. J'étais largué. Mon jeu n'existe pas, il existe que dans mon cerveau malade. Et dans ma tête, je vois la cinématique de présentation du truc. Et le pire, c'est que c'est une dinguerie. C'est une dinguerie. Mais alors, ça, c'est un truc. Si seulement j'avais une machine, un logiciel, un truc qui me permettrait de créer directement ce que je pense dans mon cerveau, sans avoir à passer par 10 ans de création de jeux vidéo. J'ai dans ma tête un jeu Harry Potter. Et j'ai dans ma tête un jeu Harry Potter en 2 parties. Une première partie en progression solo, avec des choix, différents choix dans tout le long de l'histoire. Une petite partie, je sais pas, un truc qui durerait genre 4 heures, 6 heures peut-être, 6 heures de jeu, dans lequel tu incarnes un personnage dont tu as choisi les origines, dont tu as choisi le niveau social, dont tu as choisi est-ce que c'est déjà un sorcier, est-ce que c'est un moldu qui devient sorcier, est-ce que c'est est-ce que tu as un parent moldu, un parent sorcier, est-ce que tu vis du côté sorcier, est-ce que tu vis du côté moldu, des présélections de création de personnages, qui s'ensuit une aventure solo pendant X heures, dans laquelle tu joues un enfant de 10 ans, 9-10 ans, à travers une année scolaire, ou plusieurs mois scolaires, puis à travers les grandes vacances d'été, jusqu'à ce que tu reçoives ta lettre pour Poudlard. Ça, c'est la première phase du jeu. Et pendant toute cette phase, tu as des sessions de cours moldus normaux, et pendant toute ta progression, tu as des choix, différents choix à droite à gauche. Un peu un jeu à la Detroit Become Human. Ce serait ce style de progression, avec de choix qui impliquent des choses à droite à gauche. Et ces choix te permettront, dans la deuxième partie du jeu, une fois que tu arrives à Poudlard, de choisir automatiquement la maison dans laquelle tu seras attribué. Ou tu pourrais choisir manuellement si tu en as envie. Et ensuite, une fois que ta maison est choisie, ça passe en MMO. Ou plutôt, peut-être en collab. Ouais, non, MMO, ce serait ouf. Bref, j'ai ça dans mon cerveau malade, j'ai ça dans mon esprit. Et ce que je viens de penser pendant 5 minutes à ne pas regarder la vidéo qu'on est en train de regarder depuis 1h30, c'est que si j'avais à présenter ce jeu, à faire un premier trailer, vraiment la toute première fois qu'on le découvre, j'aurais fait un truc comme ça. Tu vois ton gosse qui se réveille. Donc ça aurait été une phase de gameplay. Ton gosse qui se réveille, qui se prépare pour aller à l'école, qui va à l'école, qui fait ses études. Jusque-là, tout le monde se demande quel jeu ça va être. Qu'est-ce que ça s'agit? Est-ce que c'est encore comment ça s'appelle là? Un QTE à la con ou un jeu qui raconte une vie, machin. Tu montres un peu 2-3 trucs comme ça. Jusqu'au moment où c'est une cinématique qui dure 2 minutes, 1 minute et demie. Donc tu montres le gameplay, la façon de faire des choix, qu'est-ce que les choix impliquent, une petite scène en cours, une petite scène, après l'école, une scène de retour à la maison. Et un jour où tu reviens la scène où tu rentres à la maison, où tu reviens à la maison, donc tu fais le choix de faire tes devoirs, tu fais le choix de jouer, tu fais plusieurs choix différents qui seront pris en compte plus tard. Et tu as un de tes parents qui dit: «Chérie, tu as du courrier». Tu ramasses le courrier. C'est la lettre d'invitation à Poudlard. Cut, terminé, musique, merci. Cinématique d'intro à un jeu vidéo Harry Potter. Voilà. Du coup, on parlait de God of War. Voilà, et je viens de penser à ça, ça fait 5 minutes que j'ai ça dans ma tête, qui tourne. J'ai rien suivi à ce qu'ils y sont dit. Ça parlait de quoi? Faut que j'aille faire pipi. Ça, je m'en souviens, je l'ai vu dans ma tête. Je l'ai vu ça. Tu l'as fait des 3. Non, j'ai pas joué. Faudrait que je le fasse d'ailleurs. Ça va peut-être être la suite. Detroit Become Human. Peut-être. Pourquoi pas. Je vais faire un petit pipi. Je vais aux toilettes, j'arrive. J'ai le hockey. Allez-y, hein, vous en faites. Insultez-moi, hein, dites-moi à quel point je suis malade. Dites-moi à quel point ça vous voulait pleurer un jeu comme ça. Des bisous. Hein. Detroit Become Human, je valide, incroyable. Bon, ok, bah, mon jeu va se faire enculer alors. On oublie de jouer à Harry Potter. Allez, La suite. Donc là,
This
il
is the
parlait
all or
du
nothing.
rôle du
It's
gosse.
everything. Like we are literally all in on this game.
J'ai
You
ragé
have to
au-dessus.
get 150 people who
En
are
vrai, on a tous
very
notre jeu idéal dans la tête, mais bon,
stubborn and
tellement compliqué de
passionate
mettre
and
en place, surtout
creative
quand on a pas
to
de milieu
all
de base.
see a
Ouais.
similar picture that doesn't exist.
Mais quand on l'a,
And
ouais, tout à fait.
doubt is the demon that lives in the ear of every person in this industry. That is, to me, the biggest obstacle. Keeping everyone focused on the goal and not listening to that little demon in their ear that says, they're all gonna laugh at you and it's not gonna work, right? And then it's like, I have the exact same thing in both ears constantly, but I'm still trying to steer people back. And, you know, you have to be able to trust each other that you can fail and openly fail together and still recover, right? Otherwise, everybody just starts protecting what they're doing and nobody wants to share anything. A lot of what we're doing is not simply throwing every single thing out. It's looking at the DNA of what God of War is and finding out the mountain we had to climb to kind of change this franchise. It is the traditional sort of child coming of age, but it's also Kratos kind of coming of age. The idea of Kratos being a closet human being, right? Somebody who hides his humanity, somebody who is shunned and run away from it. So we've always kind of kept it a little bit open just to allow people to freely play with it, but now we're going to start really honing in on forcing people to have to use the sun to create opportunities.
I see rooms there. It reads, sacrifice your arms to the center of the water. Awaken again the cradle of the world. What? Throw our weapons into the water?
Hmm.
And that is the lead-in to the whole World Serpent coming out, so that way at least it shows, hey look, he's saying be a warrior, everyone's a bad guy, and then when you meet this World Serpent, the thing in that whole God of War universe that always would seem like the bad guy is the one thing that kid says, hey, this is actually the good guy. I think everybody recognizes we get one shot. We screw this up, I don't see us making another one. You know, it's a massive bet.
Pareil réussi, hein, franchement. Les crises d'angoisse qu'ils ont dû se taper, l'anxiété, la dépression, le... Oh, les médocs, oh, le Xanax, oh, les tablettes de Xanax qu'on dû y passer. 2017, PlayStation Press Conférence, ok. Après, je suis pas celui qui pourra être le plus hypé, oui, c'est vrai, oui, je sais, Pete. Intéressant dans la manière d'emmener les choses. Vraiment, cette cinématique, en fait, dans ma tête, pour une personne qui aime l'univers Harry Potter, cette cinématique de on sait pas ce que c'est, qu'est-ce que tu nous montres, qu'est-ce qu'on regarde, qu'est-ce qu'on est en train de regarder. C'est un peu le principe des vidéos YouTube où tu dois attendre la fin, tu vois. Wait till the end to be wait until the end. You won't believe the end. Oh là là. Et en fait, t'as un jeu banal avec un personnage lambda qui a une vie normale et à la fin être Harry Potter. Le rêve de tout le monde. Enfin, le rêve de tous ceux qui sont fans.
Interesting approach, because in the last ones, you know, how he killed his family, and in this one, he's actually got something left, so it might be interesting how they use him.
I think it looks like a badass Kratos. I love the beard. Yeah.
Still badass. So being from Norway, does it seem legit?
Well, it's gonna be fun.
I don't know yet. I haven't got any hands-on time, so it looks nice, but until I get to play it, I don't know.
I want to first start by welcoming all of you guys to the God of War Behind the Curtain panel.
Hello everyone, I'm Corey Barlog. I'm the director of the game and I make their lives completely miserable on a daily basis. That's really it. That's the best description.
You tab over to the journal, then you would have...
When you're tabbing,
yeah.
You can tap fast, right? Like,
yeah, oh yeah, it's
what's happening on screen while I'm tabbing? It's staying on the current screen until we make the selection and stop tabbing, and then what happens?
Currently, just by moving over to this, that's there's no like confirm input to go to it. So
Yes.
currently, as you tab over, you instantaneously bring this UI screen up.
So when I
we can look at that.
tab,
we can
tab,
look at this
tab
right now.
to
We can look at that part
instantaneously
in-game.
move.
We have an in-game part of that, Corey. We can,
Yeah,
we can look at that literally right now.
Literally.
Yep.
Not figuratively.
Metaphorically.
No, you're just trying to trick me and have me not see these.
All right, well, let's get to it because we have a lot of questions going on. You know, this is a big reimagining of God of War. So I think my first question really would be for Shannon. You guys were, I guess the fairest way to say it is at a crossroads a couple years ago for the studio. You know, as we were kind of at that crossroads, it was really apparent to me that you needed to really look for a new beginning and someone that could tell that new beginning in a way that causing problems.
So here we need a fade to black for the duration of this.
We need an action that blacks out the screen. So we're not going to fade to black.
Well, the action is the hand coming over.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not going to look like a fade to black. Right?
Well, we're going to try to make
It's
it.
not going to look like a fade to black.
I realized that when I made the first and second game, I was a very different person than I am today. I'm a bigger asshole today than I was then. Growth, people. It's fantastic.
Are we sure about the size of this arena? That's a big art scope, just throw it out there.
How much work is ahead? This should have been noted long ago.
Weeks and weeks and weeks.
It's been looked at multiple times. So, what's the problem? What's the real problem?
I'm just asking, do you think this arena is the right size?
It helps to work with absolutely great people. I am surrounded by people that are so much better than me.
It would be nice to have this effect. It would be nice to have this breakable. It would be nice to have this and that. And it's like, dude, 10 days away from beta lock.
It's been tough. It's been tough the last, few years. It's never easy balancing all these personalities and all this talent.
If you guys think it's not a problem, then it's not a problem. That's why I formed it as a question.
I'm asking them, not you.
Okay.
It's definitely not a problem.
Okay.
Every story that you tell, everything that you make, you have to have some kind of personal connection to it, some kind of truth that comes from your own life.
Right now, this is a giant empty space that doesn't have anything in the ways of interaction or change.
We've changed everything from the combat to the mechanics to including the sun to the environment to everything is different, new, and fresh.
Scary.
And scary.
Needs to be lock it down. Yeah. Move it forward, lock it down. Move it forward, lock it down as a leader.
I find myself sometimes terrified at the decisions that we're making.
We made the choice. We gotta figure out how to make that shit work.
You have something that fans really care about and players really care about, but we still want to flip everything, break it apart, and then start putting it back together slowly.
The zero to the floor on every single level.
We bump in together every once in a while.
Sure.
But it's all for the good of the ultimate goal of greatness.
I'm so thankful every single day that they're the ones that have to do the hard work.
Those guys are busting their ass. But we brought this dude on, we passed on other people to bring that guy on. So I don't want any more fucking excuses from that guy. I just want to get shit done.
And I just want to thank Corey, Ariel, Jeet, and Shannon for joining us today on the God of War Behind the Curtain panel. Put on.
Or yeah, I guess it fell through the cracks on that one.
I feel like this whole time we were supposed to have you play the game, but you haven't played the game.
Right. What would be great is if we boot this up and it doesn't work. Now I'm very excited. I want to try that out. So 391.95. I have no idea what that means.
I'm able to now share
Oh,
with
cette
you
statue.
the specific release date. The date we've landed on is March 13th, 2018. This is also going to be 11 years to the day from Corey Barlog's God of War 2 that came out on March 13th, 2007.
Up until this point, I think a lot of it has been we have latitude and we have time and we have the ability to tune and think and iterate in a way that allows lots of different perspectives. And as that time starts dwindling down, the number of touches you can get to do to validate the decision that you want to make
Je veux cette hache.
sort of going down and down, right? It's risk versus reward.
Je
right?
veux une réplique
But,
de la hache de
there's this
Kratos.
issue at the end. If we fix it, man, the payoff is huge, but the risk is super high. So what do you want to do?
So the bug is you're invulnerable, and so what'll happen is you can kind of walk into the trap, and then bad things, really bad things start happening.
Yesterday I was in the middle of taking a bunch of, oh, that's awesome. Look at that. Fuck. There's no reason at this phase that the log should just be walking on its own.
Yeah.
It's the magic log right there.
So currently we have about 3,878 total bugs in the database. We're supposed to be at 0 bugs right now. That was our goal. And we're here in the state where we still have quite a lot of bugs open.
This is a perfect example of the bizarre shit happening with the kids' face.
Well, you don't want to have triplicates of the same bug, so going through and if anything is called out for one of your guys' groups, just say, oh, we're already doing this.
This is a good example of like the average scenario that happens in a day in my life.
Seriously?
Now I'm looking at the game as a whole going, there's no way we're gonna stabilize this.
Oh my god, seriously, can we go out there and tell them the fucking stops? I know many of you have been pushing really hard to ask some people to step up their hours, their time spent in the studio. I know people have made some compromises to make this work and to bring home the result that the studio needs. So to those of you who've been pushing hard towards these goals, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think
And I really did believe, I think 4 weeks ago, that we were on target. We were absolutely no problem going to make the date.
Zbah 3800 bugs.
Alright, so in terms of release date?
Yeah, so I need to start to be committed to a January 9th sort of status on announcing release.
I don't know. Scary thing is I really don't know.
Which means pay for more time. What do we do if they say no?
We're screwed.
When you guys were first brought on this thing, do you have any idea what to expect?
This scene, this is the first time that the sun kills a human being, so it's pretty powerful moment.
Oh, j'ai pris tout mon temps. Oh, je me souviens de cette scène. J'ai pris tout mon temps. Je suis allé, j'ai fait toute la salle avant d'aller aider le gosse. Boy.
You know, as a father of 4 children, it's
Quatre gosses.
interesting
On peut pas un cinquième.
that this has been a man who has missed 10 years of his child growing up, and I really found some parallels with my own life there, because I was working on a show and I basically missed 10 years of my kids growing up. So it's just it's an interesting dynamic for me. You know, it's you know, a little closer to home than I'd like it to be.
Ah, c'est vrai que tu m'étonnes, il a dû bien se retrouver dans le personnage.
To protect something like this legacy, to have a secondary family.
I am, very fortunate in the sense that I have a home sort of, network and a husband and parents and children that are very, very supportive and very much, are as excited about what we're doing here as, I think I am, and I have it pretty good. So I feel very fortunate.
I don't think I want to answer this right now.
I have an interesting story. I think I might share.
Mauvaise question au mauvais moment. Bonne question au mauvais moment.
What does this goal mean to you?
It's everything.
Follow me.
Why help us?
Maybe I see more of myself in you than I'm willing to admit. Maybe by helping you, I'll make up for a lifetime of mistakes. Or maybe I just like you.
I mean, there's lots of different methodologies on how
Ça,
to be vulnerable in a scene or how to be connected to an emotional scene.
C'est un
Where
truc que j'ai un peu de mal, enfin j'ai un peu de mal, que je trouve un peu regrettable dans le sous-titrage, c'est que souvent les sous-titres n'ont pas de contexte. C'est-à-dire quand ton personnage, quand tu rentres par exemple, que ce soit dans un film ou que ce soit dans un jeu vidéo, le sous-titrage avec le nom du personnage qui est en train de parler avant le sous-titre te spoil de l'avancée de ton jeu. Là, par exemple, à ce moment-là, Kratos n'est pas au courant de qui est la personne à qui il tient le bras. Pour lui, c'est la sorcière. La sorcière des bois, sorcière de la forêt. Il n'est pas au courant que c'est Freya. Et dans le sous-titrage, Freya, 2 points, machin. Dans le jeu, c'est pas comme ça. Dans le jeu, c'est bien, il y a bien la distinction. Mais c'est fréquent que dans les films, que dans les jeux vidéo et que dans les trucs comme ça, en fait, par les sous-titres, tu es un spoil de qui est en train de parler, alors que ton personnage ne le sait pas. Tu vois, par exemple, tu vois machin dit truc, alors que ton personnage, par exemple, il est, mettons, une situation simple. Tu es de dos, quelqu'un t'interpelle de derrière. Enfin, ton personnage, le personnage principal que tu suis depuis le début est de dos. Genre, tu le vois de dos, et quelqu'un derrière lui l'interpelle. Tu ne sais, le personnage que tu suis ne sait pas qui l'interpelle. Pourtant, dans le sous-titre, tu auras marqué le nom. Donc, ça te gâche un peu la surprise que tu aurais pu ressentir en même temps que le personnage que tu suis. Ça gâche un peu le sentiment de surprise, ou n'importe quel sentiment que tu aurais pu avoir en même temps que le personnage que tu suis.
I see more of myself in you than I'm willing to admit. Maybe by helping you, I'll make up for a lifetime of mistakes. Or maybe I just like you.
I mean, there's lots of different methodologies on how to be vulnerable in a scene or how to be connected to an emotional scene where your son is basically saying, "You ruined my life. I hate you. I never want to see you again." It was right around the time of I was going through a divorce, so that wasn't difficult for me to be in a space.
Ah oui, donc tout le monde était émotionnellement impliqué dans son personnage. Il y a eu de la motion capture, il y a quand même eu de la motion capture pour Freya.
It's my job as an actress to keep myself in that space of like being permeable and being affected by what's happening in the moment. And so if I can recall what those feelings were like with my ex-husband, then I can understand some of the pain that Freya is going through with someone that she loved and had the best intentions for, but who it's just not going the way that she had hoped. If it hadn't been that, it could have been anything else in my life where there was a goodbye from someone that, abandonment issues. I mean, come on, we're human. We've all got our bag of pain. Oh, that. Okay, we'll use that one.
Ok. Aucun rapport. Le film Hunter Galactic sur Netflix, allez le voir. C'est tout. Branchez Netflix, mettez play sur le film et laissez-vous emporter. Il est trop bien.
Oh, just one little marker. Who needs my pinky? Oh, his pinky too.
You know, I think as an actor, you always want to feel safe.
Donc sur Freya, en fait, ils ont vraiment juste foiré le modèle, quoi. Le corps est bien fait. Je suis trop sur Star Wars pour le moment. Ah, mais je note. Ah. Si je peux te pitcher un peu l'histoire d'Hunter Galactic, c'est juste l'histoire de 2 personnes qui se rencontrent. C'est tout. Et tu les suis dans la création de leur aventure. Ils ont embauché Ubi pour l'animation du visage de Freya, mais juste le visage. Le corps était bien, le corps était à une bonne texture, on voyait les pores de la peau, machin. Le visage, lisse.
Because when you do choose to do that, you can't bring yourself out of it. It takes some decompression. The scene when I go back and get the Blades of Chaos. It was probably not real early on, but early on in the filming, and that's kind of what I was like. Do I want to go there? Because this moment, if I was gonna take the scab off it as a person, as a human being, this is where it is.
There's nowhere you can hide, Spartan. Put as much distance between you and the truth as you want. It changes nothing. Pretend to be everything you are not. Teacher, husband, father. But there is one unavoidable truth you will never escape. You cannot change. You will always be a monster.
I know. A lot of this performance,
I know,
for me, is a love letter to my kids. It's an apology. Yeah. And that's all I'm going to say about that. No, those.
Je suis impressionné par la faculté de certaines personnes, j'allais dire des Américains, parce qu'on voit ça souvent chez les Américains. Enfin, je sais pas, j'ai l'impression de le voir souvent chez les Américains. La faculté à avoir comment dire, cette rapidité à l'émotion. Cette façon de, en une phrase, en une question, en un truc, vraiment switcher en mode full émotionnel, larme à l'œil, etc. Je sais pas si dans la vie, tous les jours, les gens font ça. En France, j'ai l'impression de pas trop le voir. Mais sur des... Alors après, c'est des acteurs. Le montage, sûrement aussi. Oui, il y a la musique, il y a le machin, il y a le montage. Mais quand ils ont enregistré, il n'y avait pas de montage, il n'y avait pas de musique. Et après, c'est surtout, ouais, de ce que je vois, c'est surtout les personnalités publiques, etc., que je me représente en faisant ça. Mais je trouve ça impressionnant. Comment ils font?
fuck me, man. I could see it in everybody's eyes that they were just like, we're not gonna make it. And then everyone's still treating it like, you know what? We'll just see. And I'm like, no. Like, in my mind, I get it. I see what you guys are telling me. I'm not gonna let myself believe we're gonna make the date now. Now I'm just gonna try to adjust to the April.
That changes. Well, that means you're not going to Europe next month.
No.
But February, like that.
Yes, it means next month is very hard. But 4 years of a marathon, you don't want to stop running in the last 200 feet.
C'est beau. 4 ans de marathon, t'as pas envie de t'arrêter dans les 200 derniers mètres.
You know, for many years you don't see, or at least I
200
didn't
feet,
see
c'est quoi? C'est 160... non,
what a
2,5.
sacrifice was until
Ça fait
you start sort of living the
500, 520 mètres.
You start feeling the sacrifice, if that makes any sense. We as working parents always wonder and question, do we really spend enough time with our children? I carry that with me every day, and I never have the right answer. All I can do is be the best I can be in those moments that I do have my children, and that I'm really able to engage, and hopefully the stresses of the job, don't get in the way of me being the best parent that I can be. Hey Assad.
Hey, how you doing? Happy New Year.
Are we still in that phase?
I
Happy
know.
New Year phase? Well, thank you.
Yeah, and just to update you on just the dates discussion. So right now, the earliest the IT folks and the sales people feel comfortable with is the 20th, which is Friday the 20th. We cannot go any earlier because...
Yeah, well, quite frankly, Assad, we don't want earlier.
Yeah, no, I think it works for you guys. I think it works for everyone. So at the end of the day, and I keep saying this to everyone, is that at the end of the day, that game comes out, it's going to be amazing, everyone's going to be up bananas, and no one's going to remember all the date shifts and all that.
Right, we just have to actually make it through this period without keeling over.
The industry is incredibly demanding. It is all about what you've done lately, and you need to constantly move forward and do other things. I've always described my career as typical in the industry of having two states. You're either doing everything or you're doing nothing. For me, it's like what being normal is what I struggle with. You know, like taking time off, like why don't we take a vacation or just like any of these things. Just even saying them, it's like, what am I saying? It's so alien to me. And I think it's, I'm feeling it. It's time to take the foot off the gas a little bit.
Thank you for all your hard work, for serving quality and excellence, even with the entailed personal sacrifice, staying true to the vision, even at points when things felt uncertain.
Allez, encore 20 minutes.
We're on
On y
course
arrive.
to deliver something pretty magnificent. And it's because each and every one of you and the passion you bring every single day. FQA Summit has moved to March 9th. And Gold and Release to Manufacturing moves to March 15th, which pushes the game's release from March 13th to April 20th.
Without everybody, we would not be doing any of this prep. It would be me talking to myself in a room. So what we are going to end up with at the end of all this amazing game, is truly something that I will carry with me forever. And I believe it is a first step in many, many games that we're going to make that will, I think, really redefine what this studio is. So I'm very proud to work with everyone here. So thank you. Again, thank you for all your hard work. I know we have still a push ahead of us.
Let's go to M620, Epilogue Teaser.
We are supposed to be going gold today, so now we're gonna go see if Yumi has any idea of whether or not we're making a disc today.
So we're at a point where QA is testing round the clock, getting new issues coming in all the time. You know, everybody on the production side is constantly evaluating what new bugs come in. Hope being that once we end up at the end of the day, we have a solid build that has 0 critical issues. You know, that's the one that we're like, yes, we want this to be burnt on a disc. We want to take a picture with it, send it out.
This is it. I mean, this is still for me, officially the first game that, you know, I will ship. And I've been here for 5 years, and it's, you know, it's like a big legacy.
Pourquoi il y a un Godzilla? Statue de Godzilla.
I was walking by someone's desk today, and I saw something that had been updated, and I was like, wow, that looks amazing. He's like, yeah, this just came in. And I was like, dude, we just have to finish this game. If we finish this game, it will be awesome. There's so much good stuff.
Oh. She's not here. You were not here when I stopped by. I am sad. There you go. That way she'll know that someone's looking for her and they're sad. All right, this way. Look, here she is. Yumi Yang! We found her! We just left you a note that said, I am lost without Yumi Yang. All right, this way.
Go run, Raph.
Run, Raph. Dun, dun, dun. This is so exciting. It feels like we're doing something. Oh my gosh, I want to press the button. Which one do I press? How can I screw this up? Just this? That's it? The whole thing. It just says right.
Yep.
There it is. Stand here and watch a progress bar.
It's gonna take a little while.
A little while, like how long? Give me an estimate.
Le render et gravage sur le grave sur le gravure sur le CD.
Stand here for an hour. That's crazy. A lot of disagreements and a lot of passion went into making this blank disc. For all of you watching, this is how we used to play games back in the 90s. This is a weird, like, retro experience. It's so analog. Yes. It's beautiful. Oh, this is wonderful. Kratos actually joined the Tree Preservation Society. Super into trees now. This tree is a metaphor for the franchise of God of War. And at the very beginning of the franchise, we chopped that fucker down. So that we could chop it up and then carry it around and then burn it.
Pas mal.
For me, what I would love to see that from this game, what we're pushing is dramatic context, you know, reason, the concept of why. Like, why am I here? Why am I doing these things? Why do I care as a player? Like, engaging people on a more emotionally visceral level than just revenge, killing, you know, which is great. Combat's fun. It's the way you communicate with the environment in so many games. But I think games that feel repetitive and boring are because there's no strong sense of why. You don't feel connected at all to the world.
Broken quiver will slow your draw. Pain
Il a jamais réparé son carquois d'ailleurs.
we do not. This will do for now. Good.
Il a jamais réparé sa lanière.
Good. Go.
Okay, do you need to say anything for these guys?
Who? Documentary people?
Yeah.
We're on our way to France. And it's wonderful.
Very valid.
So you are the first group of people aside from our team to actually get hands-on of the game. So this is a very exciting moment for all of us. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game. We're going to be able to see the full extent of the game.
I think that
Oh, c'était
what
vache.
makes a great strong character is absolutely what makes a great strong human, because when you're embodying a character, you're embodying the life of a human that is some parts of many things within the mind of the writer, and they pulled from some person that they know in their life, and so it is a living, breathing thing.
We just got a fantastic historical overview of the city in Berlin for day 2 of our world tour. For us, this is a very big sort of change for Kratos.
Yeah, there were times when my wife was holding the camera and FaceTiming a basketball game so I could watch it while I was at some corporate offsite meeting or something like that. You just do what you have to do. You know, we all as a family had to balance. And were there struggles? Were there tears? Of course there was, but that's life. You get through it, and we're all still around, and everyone kind of grew from those moments.
That was the last.
All right, let's do this thing.
550 €.
But what's exactly the nature of Kratos? It's a very good question. What is the nature of Kratos?
Réplique de lâche, 550 €.
There's an interesting universality
Oh, c'est un
to
putain de
it
coffre.
as well.
C'est un putain de...
The idea
Ouais,
of even if we
Ah
don't
pardon,
have
750.
kids, we were kids
Rien de changé.
ourselves at one point.
Who there do they call to me? Who there do they call to me?
So this game, God of War, this iteration is probably the most personal project I think I've worked on in my entire career.
Yo diría que este God of War es el ejemplo más personal de
Y dar también las gracias al equipo de Santa Monica Studios por estar aquí.
That is the true challenge of parenting, is not to sit there and hide the world from them, but to prepare them, you know.
To go through the pain.
Yeah, to go through the pain.
C'est exactement ce dont je suis en train de parler, ce dont je suis en train de discuter avec ma psychologue. Le rôle des parents dans l'éducation des gosses. Ah, ça là, préparer les enfants à vivre. Oui. Rien du tout.
Find your way home. You are free.
For me, I think as a writer, the most interesting challenge is to take a character that you have made intentionally an anti-hero and actually turn them around. I think a difficult thing for anybody is the time you put into it. At the end of the day, we're going to spend nearly 4.5, almost 5 years on this thing. 5 years. 5 years, and at the end you have one thing. And then one day it's out there, and either everybody loves it, or everyone hates it, or even worse, they're indifferent, and it's just crickets, right? And that's it. Like, it's such feast or famine.
Ah, toute cette excitation pour au final découvrir God of War Ascension. C'est triste.
But there is a sacrifice, you know, and you know we would question like, is this worth it?
I'm excited. I'm not sure how he goes from Greek mythology to Norse mythology, but I'm interested to see how.
Personne ne sait.
Normally we know him as an angry, aggressive person, but I mean, it looks. I think the change is good sometimes, in a sense, you know.
I wasn't okay with it until my kid said, "Dad, we know why you were working. We know why you missed stuff." You know, I was never okay till then.
Something's happening.
Nice. Après les gosses ils ont grandi hein, au bout d'un moment. 14 ans que tu les as pas vus.
So this right here represents 5 years worth of work going gold. The incredible team that I worked with, so many people, and then Yumi Yang, the most important person for my sanity throughout this entire crazy journey.
By now I had read through this remarkable adventure. And the one thing I got out of it was this character's love for his son.
Oh, look at that. PlayStation Europe retweeted. PlayStation retweeted. Oh, seriously.
That's us. The first time we met the world serpent. But how?
Art reflects life, reflects art, reflects life. And that's why we have it. So we don't feel so alone. So we see these stories, whether they're folklore, mythology, made up or real, is because this thing called life is interesting and confusing, and it's wonderful and it's horrible. And it's all these things. And here we are.
From the beginning, it was, we have the potential to make a defining game. And, to this day, I say we have the potential to make a defining game.
All these drawings. This is our story.
Une semaine avant la release de God of War, membres de la presse ont finalement pu publier leur review du jeu. Et Cory était le premier à aller checker en
Okay,
ligne.
I've stalled enough. I'm hitting enter now. And thank God it's not on the front page, so I can stall just a little bit more. Information is not there on the front page of what God of War is yet.
Le soulagement des
I'm
critiques.
clicking on games now.
Le soulagement
Holy
de lire
shit.
des bonnes critiques. T'as tout, je pense que t'as tout qui lâche d'un coup. T'as tout qui. Toute la pression qui redescend d'un coup. Lien 40 perfect review score, total average of 94. 3,1 millions de copies pendant les 3 premiers jours. Et après 3 mois, c'est le jeu le plus avec le fastest selling exclusive. C'est les ventes les plus rapides de PlayStation dans l'histoire de PlayStation. Incroyable.
Success is not guaranteed. You don't get it just because you are who you are. You get it because you work really crazy hard and sacrifice for something else. You just gotta, I guess, like a parent. You're gonna sacrifice, work really hard, and then they're gonna fucking hate you in 15 years and not talk to you for 10 years, and then they're gonna be like, hey, I remember why you were pretty good.
Incroyable. Bravo.
This game is big. This is a big, special, great game. God of War is back on PS4. This game changes the franchise in a number of huge ways.
It's a bold and risky move, one that paid off in spades as one of the greatest games of all time.
God of War is a masterful composition of exceptional interlocking parts.
Santa Monica Studio is taking us all to Valhalla.
Alors non.
There was a lot of fucking doubt on this project.
Qui est le con qui a écrit ce texte?
But it is you people every day.
CD Projekt Santa Monica Studio nous envoie Valhalla.
This a reality.
The game is a masterpiece.
One of the most well thought out and well paced games in quite a long time.
Hands down, game of the year.
What I want the takeaway to be is like, wow, this was necessary. This was interesting. This was different. This was engaging.
This game is just fucking incredible.
God of War doesn't just feel like the next step for the franchise, but the entire video game industry.
Yes. Ow, you're so
Yes, I've been waiting to do that.
We're joined by Corey Barlog.
Corey, of course, is the creative director of God of War.
The father-son dynamic is obviously...
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's the beating heart of the game.
I wouldn't say I had any doubts about if we could do it, because the talent at the studio is absolutely amazing. And there are people here that won't let this game fail. I consider myself one of those.
I do this because I want to make something beautiful, and I want everyone to see it.
This game already got me in the feels! How did that even happen? Oh!
I've done one. 가드. Oh, shit.
Kratos is back!
Alright, and the game award for Game of the Year goes to God of War.
Thank you, everybody. I want to thank my children and all of the families throughout the God of War team.
Avec
And you
RDR2 en
guys, the
face, c'est ce que j'étais en train de me
fans
demander.
around the
Il y avait quoi,
together,
quel
we all
jeu était
dream
nommé
big
en face,
dreams. Thank you, everyone.
en face de God of War? Non, ouais, incroyable. Incroyable. Il n'y a pas photo. God of War 100%. Incroyable. Seems the loyal and undying fans of God of War, as well as those who have traveled the chaotic roads of the development process. This was a unique opportunity to show the world how much the fans are a part of the family, and to tell the story of those unsung heroes who go unnoticed in the trench of the struggle we call production. Your passion and effort are greatly appreciated, and will never be forgotten. Thank you for giving us a reason to tell this story. C'est vraiment une grosse solution depuis très longtemps. Au moins meilleure surprise depuis FF10 sur PS2 et WoW. Je dirais que c'est le plus gros bouleversement du jeu vidéo depuis The Last of Us. PS4. PS3 PS3. Je pense que la dernière fois qu'on a eu un choc comme ça dans l'histoire du jeu vidéo, c'était The Last of Us. Bah, je suis pas du tout fan de RDR2 personnellement. Red Dead Redemption, c'est vraiment pas mon... C'est pas mon kink.
So the amazing thing is, for everybody at home, this is how easy it is to make games. Just walk around the studio, you hit a button once, and the game is finished. It's like that scene in Spaceballs. Instant video cassettes. They're out in stores before the movie is finished.
Incroyable. Bravo. Franchement, bravo. Ça conclut notre petite série sur God of War. Jeu de fou. Le JDF, le jeu de fou. The Last of Us m'a emmerdé car fallait viser à la manette, donc nick. Oui, alors The Last of Us, et je suis assez d'accord là-dessus, c'est un excellent jeu sur PC. On refera The Last of Us une fois qu'ils auront sorti la version remaster The Last of Us Part 1 sur PC. Et on le refera à ce moment-là. Clairement, ça surpasse Horizon tous les jeux dans le genre en fait. Comme Uncharted. Comme Uncharted et comme aussi un qui est assez bien sur PC, c'est les Batman qui sont très bien sur PC. Et aussi Tomb Raider. Voilà, merci Pity. En même temps, bravo. Ces jeux où t'as beaucoup de loot à faire à droite à gauche, où tu as de la visée. Encore sur God of War, la visée c'est pas principal. Donc t'es tranquille. T'as les lames du chaos, tu bourrines ta touche et merci, au revoir. On a vu, hein, même en mode difficile, ça fonctionne. Mais ouais, en attendant, moi je reste sur ma théorie de... Voilà, je reste sur ma théorie. On a vu 2 univers, il en reste encore 2 autres. Est-ce que Cory Barlog vivra assez longtemps pour sortir les 2 autres et n'aura pas fait 40 000 ulcères entre deux? Pas sûr. Mais clairement, jeu de fou. Hein. Là-dessus, ils ont déchiré. C'est pas lui le directeur créatif de Ragnarok? Sérieux? God of War. Après, s'ils sortent Ragnarok, développeur SIE, Santa Monica Studio, éditeur Sony Interactive. Ragnarok. Après, s'il sort 2 ans après le premier Ragnarok. Non, ça fait 4 ans déjà. Il n'y a pas d'infos sur la page de... Faudrait peut-être que je l'achète un jour le jeu. Hein. Ça peut être une bonne chose. Il n'y a pas de page wiki pour Ragnarok. Oh. Alors, est-ce que sur jeuxvideo.com ils ont mis éventuellement une description de qui fait quoi? Non, non, non. Ok, merci. Enfin, tu lances jeuxvideo.com, t'as 4 vidéos qui se lancent en même temps sur la même page. God of War Ragnarok, c'est énorme, Julien Chiez. Mais non, pas revendiquer cette fiche info, je m'en fous. Je veux aller sur la page que tu es en train de me montrer. Catégorie jeux vidéo, recherche associée. Voilà. Wikipédia, God of War Ragnarok. Compositeur, producteur, Cory Barlog. C'est Wikipédia qui le dit. Ta gueule, la pub. C'est Wikipédia qui le dit. Par contre, laisse tomber l'attente des joueurs. Bah oui, forcément. Ils ont pas intérêt de se louper. Après, je pense que sur Ragnarok, ils peuvent faire juste la continuité du premier, en fait. Ils ont pas besoin de... Bon, ils ont besoin de modifier quelque chose, 2-3 trucs, mais ils peuvent garder le même gameplay, le même truc. Là-dessus, il n'y a pas de problème. Les gens, je pense que maintenant, ils vont les attendre plus sur la suite de l'histoire. Il y a des choses à modifier, on en a parlé beaucoup pendant notre let's play, notre playthrough, notre long playthrough, bref. L'escalade. Le menu codex, menu connaissance, menu machin qui est vraiment pas terrible. Les chaînes que tu devrais pouvoir lancer dans le vide sans avoir à essayer d'y descendre. Et Voilà, juste corriger 2-3 trucs. Additional video released by PlayStation, which William explains that the main reason he's serving as a director of God of War Ragnarok rather than Barlog is simply because the studio has always liked to shake things up for each new project. Barlog is the only person that has ever directed 2 different God of War titles in the history of the franchise, so to see a transition like this take place isn't that uncommon. Himself acknowledged that directing a game like God of War takes a lot out of you, so it's good for his own health to not do this once again so quickly. Ok. Ok. Eh bah écoute, info Wikipédia, nique ça, nique. Après, ouais, réalisateur Eric Williams. C'est écrit sur la fiche. Je suis juste un connard. Réalisateur Eric Williams. Compositeur, producteur Cory Barlog. Game director. Has denied that the release date was... Ah, quand tu tapes God of War Ragnarok Game Director, il te sort Cory Balrog. Hein. Barlog. Ah. Ça veut dire qu'il n'a pas un... Bah, je pense qu'il peut pas passer à côté. C'est son bébé, il peut pas... Il peut pas passer à côté. On va faire un petit tweet. J'ai 4 ans de retard. Mais voilà. Mais je me suis auto-hype sur ma théorie. Comment est-ce que tu appelles la mythologie? Je vais dire la mythologie asiatique. Mais est-ce qu'il n'y a pas un autre nom plus adapté? Je suis grave à la pour dormir. Ah. Et bah bonne nuit. Bah, j'allais te proposer une petite Aram Blast, mais tant pis, bonne nuit. Et bah bonne nuit à vous. Merci d'être passé, merci d'avoir suivi le stream, c'était cool. Le stream est bonne nuit. Et bah bonne nuit Pizzi. tir, c'est avec un Y tréma, non? Ah non, c'est avec un accent chelou. Ah! Ça n'empêche que je n'ai toujours pas réponse à ma question. Comment est-ce que Kratos est arrivé dans la mythologie scandinave, mythologie nordique? D'où tu viens? Mesdames et messieurs, il est l'heure. J'ai fait mon tweet, on est content. Je vais aller pas me coucher. Pas tout de suite. Je suis content d'avoir vu ce reportage. C'était très cool. J'aimerais énormément que ma théorie soit justifiée, validée. Même si j'ai 4 ans de retard et que je suis sûr qu'il y a déjà ces théories partout sur l'internet. Kratos, mythologie égyptienne. Après Ragnarok, God of War devrait explorer l'ancienne Égypte. Voilà. Il y en a partout. Il y en a partout. Bref, c'était sûr. Moi je suis chaud, en tout cas. Pressé de pouvoir jouer à Ragnarok. Ragnarok. Attends, on va vite. Non, on va pas faire ça. On va vite s'enlever cette épine du pied.
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok, on est d'accord. Traduction française, dispute. Oh merde. Ils ont vraiment traduit Ragnarok par dispute. Argument, argumentation. Yes. Bon, c'est la fin. Moi, je vais aller pas me coucher, je vais aller faire une petite game, une petite aram. Et puis je vous dis la bonne nuit. Merci d'avoir suivi ce gros let's play à travers l'univers de God of War. On a fait les 3 premiers God of War. On a fait God of War Ascension, God of War Ghost of Sparta ou Chain of Domination. Je crois que Ghost of Sparta, on l'a pas fini parce qu'ils l'ont enlevé du Play Store de PlayStation Plus au moment où on voulait le faire. On a fait tout ça. On a fait God of War maintenant, God of War 2018. Et dans quelques mois, on pourra faire God of War Ragnarok. Bientôt. Merci à tous. Ce documentaire était incroyable. Vraiment, vraiment cool d'avoir des backstage comme ça, d'avoir le making of des jeux vidéo. Je trouve ça vraiment, vraiment plaisant. Merci à tous. N'hésitez pas à follow si jamais ce n'est pas déjà fait. Je vous dis bonne nuit. Peut-être à demain. Peut-être qu'on commencera un autre jeu demain. On verra demain. Des bisous. Salut.